Jerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success. Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast presented by Stifel, baby. Episode number 386.
Yoink, let's go. What's up? I am not in a good mood right now.
Okay, I know you're not, and I know it's been a little bit difficult. We've been dealing with some things. And listen, you can never predict technology and how it's going to play out. You're spilling everywhere, by the way. You're making more work for Maddie, so don't do that.
Oh, you are. Trust me. It's a long morning. We're doing our thing. Andy's in Calgary right now on a long road trip with the boys. Is it cold as hell? And was it lovely in Winnipeg?
It was very cold in Winnipeg. I wake up from Winnipeg.
And you sound nasally because of that. I bet you're walking around.
No, I feel pretty good. It's just late nights, Cam. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I do. That's why you're nasally.
Maybe a little bit.
That's
maybe
funny,
a little bit.
Man.
Hey, but Winnipeg is such an interesting place. It's just like I wake up in Winnipeg and my eyes are just like sewn shut. I can't open my eyes. I can't breathe in Winnipeg. I don't know what's going on there. It was still like -5 Celsius, I think. It was like 8 degrees or something like that at one point. I don't know.
Well, at least the weather there is consistent. The weather in St. Louis, we've had tornadoes. I was actually going to text you, Andy. Actually, where your house is in the poor part of Ladue was in a weird spot where there may have been a tornado that could have touched down again by you. And I was going to text Lori, but then it kind of scattered away a little bit and things calmed down. And I think Illinois got hit a little bit. But we have 80 degrees, and now we have 20 degrees, and now we're going to have 80 degrees again. That's how you get fucked up. That's how your nose gets fucked up. That's how tornadoes happen. It's been crazy-ass weather here in the middle of the United States, man, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
And we are in the direct. My house is in the direct path of tornadoes. We've been hit before. We've had some massive tornadoes hit us in the past. So,
because Andy,
I'm thinking about all the people out there. Hopefully, everybody's safe and everything is okay. Because it's blown down my fence, and we've had some significant damage to my house with past tornadoes that have hit us. I think it was a F1 or EF2, maybe.
No,
EF2?
it was not. It was a 0. It just started at your house, actually. But even all around you in the past have gotten rocked. And the bitch of it about where Andy and Kirkwood and Missouri is, what do you think it is, the scary part about any sort of storm coming through there? What's the scariest thing going in that area? There's trees everywhere. Gigantic, old fucking trees, hundreds of years old, that are gigantic. And those things crumble down, and that's what gets you. That's what really ruins your house. Because it doesn't have to be an EF2 like you're exaggerating, which you don't need to do. It could just be a 0 popping up right there and have enough wind to knock down one of those old-ass trees and fuck up everying,
Yeah, last time, although we did lose power yesterday, I was talking to my family emergency situation where we lost power. We've lost power for several days in the past. We have these lanterns on our porch, glass lanterns. There's glass everywhere. I mean, we've had, the fence was damaged. Like I said, siding ripped off. It's just been significant damage in the past. And hopefully this time, it wasn't nearly as much. I haven't gotten a report from anybody back home that says that there was any damage done.
Well, it didn't hit anywhere. That's why.
Okay.
But quit saying significant damage. You know what's significant damage? It's still the damage that the tornado hit a year ago when they forgot to sound the alarms because they're in meetings. And all these people up in North City, Andy, remember that? All those brick buildings.
So bad. Yeah.
It's still devastation there. And they're like, well, you didn't sound the alarm. Like, we're in a meeting.
Yeah.
And it killed people.
I remember driving through the neighborhoods, driving through the neighborhoods and seeing all the damage and
stupid people
sandbagging.
That's St. Louis, and we were in a meeting. We couldn't sound the tornado alarm. Jeez Louise.
I was
Anyway.
helping a lot of people who were going through a lot of different things back then too.
There's a lot of people
stopping in the neighborhood, sandbagging,
sandbagging. That's a
up,
lot. Now you know you're lying.
cleaning up debris.
Andy was sandbagging during a tornado. That makes no sense at all. You
No?
sandbag whenever it's a flood. So therefore, everybody knows you're lying. And Maddie, don't delete that either. Keep that in there. People need to know he's lying.
I was sandbagging during the flood of '93 too. Back
No,
in the
you
day.
weren't.
Yes, I was. Hey,
Sandbagging.
Cam, do you know that I was once in the midst of one of the worst floods ever in Phoenix, Arizona, boy? This is probably back in somebody should look it up. I bet you it was back in 1989, 1990, somewhere in that range. And the entire city just flooded. They have no sewers there in Arizona, in Phoenix. No sewers. So they're not used to that level of rain. I mean, it just completely wiped out the city, dude. It was massive. I just remember vividly seeing just the rushes of water just coming right at you.
Well,
So-
you get jammed up in a dry area like that when it does rain. And it does rain.
Mhm.
Shit, when I was down in Scottsdale last year, it rained. We're like, whoa. Everybody's like, son of a bitch. This is interesting. And it does clog, it gets going quick on the roadways and stuff like that. But I do think there's probably sewers in Phoenix. You know what I mean?
No sewers in the area where I was at. No sewers. And there's no
Yes, Phoenix
basements in
has
a
an
lot of.
extensive modern sewer system managed by water service and includes over 5,000 miles of sewer lines. They do have sewers. It
Well,
just
they must have.
isn't.
And I'm being
Like, see,
serious.
when
I'm-
I
no,
see,
I'm being
you
serious.
make me
Cam.
wait now.
I wonder.
Make
and
me
I
wait
mean
now.
this. I wonder if they built this after
After 89, maybe.
the world famous flood in the
Maybe.
late '80s, early '90s. Look that up and see when they developed the
No.
sewer system.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But it's all good. It's all good. It's scary flash floods there, man. And this is what we're going to get here in Missouri, too. So a lot of crazy weather going on. Crazy weather. All good. A lot of hockey going on, too. Fucking Breadman going back to New York. Is that not a weird trade, though, Andy? Like, of all the trades that went down, like you're getting a haul back, like, how do you evaluate the Panarin trade?
Very easily.
Go ahead.
That's where he wanted to go.
And that's it.
I mean, it's nothing more than that. He wanted to go to L.A. So
They couldn't get any. Exactly. I mean, you're going to trade me. You trade me to L.A. I know a lot of people in L.A. The Russians love L.A. Florida, L.A. You already went through New York. You've already been to Chicago. You dropped by Columbus for a little bit. You're like, get me the fuck out of here. You know, Bobrovsky's like, get me out of Columbus.
I will
Those
say
Russians
this.
are loud, man. They like to be in those places, you know.
I don't want to say anything controversial, but I love Raleigh, North Carolina. We were there. We were
nice,
at
isn't it?
we were in the middle of the forest. It
I know
was so
exactly what it is.
peaceful.
Yep.
Very, very peaceful.
Yep.
And I loved where we were staying. I actually went for a nice little hike in the morning. We were in Cary, North Carolina, which is a nice part of
Beautiful.
the nicest part, really, of North Carolina. Everything is great until you get to the game.
And then the
It's
rink.
And then the rink.
It's in the middle of nowhere, too.
Can they please get a new building in Carolina?
I know.
I don't love the uniforms. There's something about the uniforms I don't love. There's something missing with Carolina, and I know they have a good team. St. Louis somehow won that game. Jordan Binnington just completely stood on his head. Carolina was all over them with their just relentless forecheck. I don't know how good they are either, but I will say that I got the sense, Cam, that ownership let the coach and the players down at the trade deadline.
How do you know they weren't trying for things? How do you know? You don't
trying.
They've been doing that for years now, trying to get all the big dogs. Maybe they just couldn't connect with one.
They protect their draft picks there like it's their firstborn. At some point, you have to be willing to just part with the picks. You've been going to the conference final year after year after year.
You got to win now.
You got to get some reinforcements. They need it.
I agree.
They're small up the middle of the ice. They're not great up the middle of the ice. Everyone knew they needed a second-line center. They didn't get it done. They probably could have gotten Trocheck. They weren't willing to give up what they needed to give up. Sometimes, dude, you just got to put your chips in.
Yep.
You got to go all in and say, hey, we're going to go for it this year. And so when Rod Brindamore, which I thought was a little bit uncharacteristic, but I appreciated the fact that he did it after the trade deadline. He comes, in front of the cameras and he's speaking, basically taking shots at management and ownership, being like, we're disappointed.
Where are we at? Let's go.
We've
been knocking on the door.
You didn't help us.
No
and so
doubt.
The players were upset. Coaches were upset. And I heard that from some different people. So I'm a little disappointed. And I listen, I look at Eric Tolsky, who's been on the podcast before, and I just don't know how much flexibility he has with some of that. I think he's got to answer and get the approval from Dundon and those above him in order to make some moves. And
but he's been making moves, and
they got Delorier. That's not going to
No. Like, the Rantanen situation, like they're kind of going for things, and it didn't work out. So maybe they're like, whoa, let's chill out a little bit. But on the other hand, Andy, I agree with you. Let go. How many picks do they got? How many first rounders do they got? How many top end first rounders that teams are like, oh shit, I'll take this guy. We'll package a deal. We're not in the mix. You need a superstar. You need a second line center. Here we go. If they're holding that back this year, which they didn't do last year, they're all over the place last year, maybe last couple years. Like, if I'm them still, I'm like, yeah, you're knocking on the door. You've been there for years and years and years. You got to break the barrier down, go for it again, and see where you're at. I don't know, man.
And Cam, I don't know. I know they got Rantanen, but they screwed that one up too. They didn't talk to him beforehand to see if he would have any interest in signing, try to negotiate an extension, and look who they gave up.
I know.
Marty Necas.
Who dominates.
He's
fast. So fast. He's unbelievable.
I'd take him in Carolina.
I'll take him.
Now.
You're damn right. You're damn right I would.
I don't think their goaltending is I'll be curious to see how this Brandon Bussey, how he does come playoff time. And I like their defense. I like a lot of people on that. Listen, I like their team. I just don't love their team. And I want to love Carolina because I love Raleigh. And then you just get to the rink and it's like it's a little bit of a downer.
Well, when you get there late, because you got there early. If you get there late, you see people playing football in the lovely grass. You see the beautiful pine trees everywhere.
Oh, I saw that.
The rink sucks. The locker room sucks. It's another one of those rinks, Andy, where you're on the bench, and if shit goes down, you have to skate all the way to the other fucking Zamboni gate to get into the locker room. How stupid is that? You got to fix that. There's a couple rinks that still have that situation going on. Montreal is one of them. Winnipeg is another one. We'll get into that later. But yeah, like they're there, but they're not there yet. They need a fucking fuck you in their lineup, I feel like there's somebody that's just in your face, like a Brady or something. I don't know. How do you get that? Don't know. Can you draft it? Is there one in their draft class that they're protecting? Who knows? But yeah, you're right, man. Go for it. And they didn't. But I don't know if they didn't try.
I know. Well, no, I think they probably did try, but at the same time, I just think they got to be willing to let go of some pieces.
Yeah. Is that so that was the issue? They're like, well, you can't get rid of it. Wow, we got to hold it. Well, that doesn't work that way then.
We're not giving up X, Y, and Z to go get Vincent Trocheck or whoever else you needed to get.
But Andy,
to bring them back.
How many big-time first-round picks do they have? They've been in the mix for a decade now, I feel like. Yeah. Like, how many draft picks do they have? You know what I mean? Like big-time like high-end first rounders.
Are you talking about players that they already drafted?
Yeah, or in the past like 5 years, like what kind of picks have they had? Who's a kid that you look at that they have to protect in the mix when they are teetering on the edge right now to win a Stanley Cup since 05, 06? They need to make that next step. Who the hell are they protecting and why?
Well, they haven't had a first-round pick since 2023.
Who are they protecting? Or who do they? Maybe they don't have anything anything stocked away to make a deal.
Yeah, they haven't had a first-round pick since 2000.
So who are they protecting?
They didn't have a first-round pick in 2022.
Jeez,
they didn't have a first-round pick in 2021.
Get on with yourself.
They took Jarvis with the first-round pick in 2020. They took Ryan Suzuki with the first-round pick in 2019. He played 2 career games.
Andy. Ooh. Was that like a 29th pick overall or something?
In 2019, it was the 28th overall pick.
Yeah, there you go.
They got Chinakhov with the second overall pick.
Yep.
Back in 2018. He's been a good player. They got
been a good player.
HS in 2017. He's no longer there. They moved him to go get a superstar that didn't want to be there, that stayed for like 2 weeks.
That's probably why they can't make moves. They have nothing in the cupboard, and they already went for it last year. Now they're like, we just have to rely on you. We'll get Delorier. Protect us a little bit.
I like Delorier, but I don't know.
But
is he going to impact the playoffs? I don't know.
Is he going to score? You need to score, and you need to protect the net, and you need to make big time saves, and you might need a monster in front of the net.
I'm all in on Carolina. Don't get me wrong. I love Rod Brindamore.
So do I.
Tulsky came on the podcast. They've got some great pieces. And, I know they didn't have their best game. They lost to St. Louis, but then they turned around and beat Tampa in the next game. I know they're an elite team in the National Hockey League.
They're good, dude. Who, after the trade deadline, who's been the best team that you watch, that you've heard, that you see, that's like, okay, they kind of figured it out?
Buffalo, St. Louis. St. Louis they're like, it's so March Madness down here, dude. They're unbelievable in March every year.
It's so weird. Well, I talked to Chris Kerber today, actually, on the radio, and he did say something to the effect of, like, there might need to be a different strategy in training camp. I feel like the last couple of years, they kind of came off slow. They figured out later on, maybe there's too many guys in the mix to where the lines aren't, you're not with the top line off the bat. Training camp's it's so quick. Now you're only going to have a certain amount of preseason games. I don't know.
It's easy to say that, I think, in hindsight. I will say this. There were some preseason games, specifically a game at home against Dallas, where I think even Doug Armstrong, I think, touched on it. They should have, I think he acknowledged they should have dressed a different lineup. Dallas brought in all their big dogs. I don't think St. Louis knew that. And so St. Louis dressed kind of like a B or C lineup, and they didn't have a lot of their A players in there, and they kind of wish they would have. It would have been a great tune-up game.
Exactly.
So then the Blues dressed their A lineup the next couple of games against B and C lineups.
That's right.
So maybe they just didn't really have that intensity up to where it needed to be when the season started. But
it is weird,
the goaltending wasn't great in October either, and all of a sudden Hofer's just pretty much has been unbelievable ever since. Bennington has been off and on. He's been much better since the Olympic break, but obviously hasn't had the season that he wanted to have. They had a lot of injuries too. People don't realize how many injuries the Blues have had this season. They really haven't had a full lineup at the same time. I'm not about to make any excuses, but I do feel like, in a way, Cam, that all of this talk around the trade deadline, and, the rumors about this guy maybe being moved and this guy maybe being moved and this guy being asked to waive, I think it kind of rallied the team to come together right around the deadline, and they played their best hockey of the season as a result.
I know. It's funny. Like, these guys aren't thinking of the first. They don't think of the draft. They're not thinking of any of that shit. They're thinking of themselves and their line mates and how to create chemistry. They're on the road together. They're talking to each other. Like, I'm getting traded. Fuck that. Let's go. Let's go. Preko's probably like, let's go. Thomas is like, let's go. And even watching Thomas, Holloway, and Snuggie. Jesus, they're starting to figure things out. They're getting in the mix. Snuggie's starting to skate more. Like, he's in the mix, making a play, turning around, spinning off of guys, finding different people. His vision, his confidence looks a lot better. That line's really clicking. I don't know, man. They look good. Mayu is starting to really play. We talked about that last week. He's still getting a lot of minutes now. Like, he's probably like, fuck yeah, all right, I could be the man. Let's go. It's just weird how that works. You trade a guy, and all of a sudden you get just a little bit more ice time, and you puff your chest out, Andy, a little bit like, God damn, okay, I could figure this out. So I like seeing it.
That trade, is really favoring St. Louis right now. Bolduc isn't scoring goals. Now we'll see how that plays out. I mean, he hasn't been the player I don't think that they thought that he would be. And in fairness, Mayu didn't have a great first half of the season. He's come back since the Olympics, and he looks like a much different player, much more confident player. But I think when they move on from a guy like Justin Falk, that opens up an opportunity for him to get more ice time.
Yep.
Play the power play, get more touches, and Cam Fowler, who was unbelievable last year, and they extend him to a 3-year contract extension. Yeah. And I think he had a 6-game scoring streak that was snapped yesterday.
He's been all over the place. Sneaky. 2 assists here, a goal here.
Very quiet 6-game scoring streak. But in fairness to Fowler, he's played with Mayu most of the season. You know what I mean? And so, like, I think he's had to help bring him along, and it's not like he was, playing with a Pareko or something the whole time or whatever. You know what I mean? So
no. Yeah, listen, Mayu just looks like a completely different player, and so does Snuggie. Dvorsky's getting there. He looked great in the Olympics. I don't notice him as much as I've noticed, and I know he's on the third line, and that's a big difference. So he's not getting the touches. And listen, playing with Robert Thomas when he's on, like, he just slows the game down. He's sneaky, just kind of like spins off. He like waits. Like, he's such a good complimentary player. And if I'm Snuggie, I'm just opening up like, find me. Boom.
Well, that's what he's doing. His stick's on the ice, and he's just getting up. You better expect the puck when it comes.
It's there.
Because he's going to find you. So some of these goals, and Snuggerud's had some goals that have been called back because of offside challenges, stuff like that, where his stick's just on the ice, and it's an unbelievable pass right in front from Thomas, and all he has to do is direct it in the net. So, but listen, this is what Snuggerud is. He's always been a great shooter and a great goal scorer. People expected him to maybe flirt with being in that top 3 for the Calder Trophy coming into the season. Hasn't necessarily played out that way, but now he's gotten hot, and who knows what his numbers are going to look like when the season ends. Is he going to get to 20 goals? Is he going to be north of 20? And I think if he can get to 20, I think you got to look at it as a very successful rookie season
16 now
for Jimmy Snuggerud. I think he said 15.
15, yeah. He's up there with all the guys. He's got some time. I got to give a shout out to a former Blue, actually, who has, I think, 18, 19 goals now. Who am I thinking of? An older player. Starting to turn it on. He's got 19 goals, Andy. Former Blue. Former scorer for the Blues.
Not Schwartzy?
No.
He's
north of us.
He's got an injury.
North of us.
North of us.
Vladdy.
Oh, Tarasenko, yeah. He had 2 goals again the other night.
Yep. He's going to get 20 this year. Not bad. He's been bouncing around all over the place. Won a couple cups. Now he's in Minnesota just playing with a pretty damn good team. Now he's going to have 20 goals this year. Pretty good.
He's playing with his boy.
No shit.
Kaprizov, baby. Hey,
where do you find one of those at, Andy? Where do you find one of those guys? How do you find a Kaprizov? Are they over? Can you just go to a game and just know all the superstars and look at it like, this kid's going to do it? Can we just get him? What round did he go?
I'll have to double check that.
I think 3rd?
But like Kucherov.
Am I out of my mind?
Kucherov is 2nd round. But you got to find one of these guys.
Where are they at? You got to have guys over there. You got to have connections over there. Like, how many scouts do you think the Blues have that go to Russia consistently?
They got people over there.
Okay.
Kaprizov was a 5th round pick.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 5th round, Andy. Oh, my God. Now, he's older than you think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, how old do you think he is?
I think he's 28.
He is.
Yeah. I think he's 20.
People think he's younger than that? I mean, he's played.
I kind of think so.
He's played 400 games in the league.
Yeah, well.
And he's had some injuries, too.
That's true. But when McDavid is 28, they got a lot of games. Crosby had a lot of games when he was 28.
McDavid wants them to look at the
I saw that.
Player's safety.
You know who takes a beating more than anybody in the league? More than anybody. There's one guy.
Oh.
He's an important man. Tall, handsome, tough, smart man. But takes a beating. And sometimes it's justifiable, but sometimes you're just like, oh, God, who am I talking about? Princeton boy. He's retired.
Oh, you're talking about George Parros.
Georgie, you're damn right. God almighty. Is he messing up that bad? Are these suspensions, do we not know what we're getting every single night when it comes to a hit, when it comes to a knee, when it comes to certain players? Do we not know? I mean, goal interference is one thing, where it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? We see that every single night. But as far as the hits are concerned, is it that far off base of what Georgie's implementing?
I don't know, man. Listen, whoever's been in his chair over the years has taken all the heat.
No shit.
But I know people are confused. They don't know what to expect. Is it a 5-game suspension? Is it? Here's my issue though with the whole Austin Matthews thing, and I'm curious your take on it with Radko Gudas. People don't realize he hadn't been suspended in over 7 years. I don't think he'd ever had a knee-on-knee incident. This wasn't like a Marchment type.
There it is.
Knee-on-knee that we saw back in the day in the 1990s.
Alfie Samuelson kind of type, yeah.
Everybody looks at these replays, Cam, and they look at them in like slow motion. It's like, look at it in real speed. I mean, you can't tell me that he wasn't trying to make a play on the puck. He did it illegally. It wasn't legal in terms of how he went about doing it. It was probably dirty. His knee was extended. As he went to go play the puck, his knee was already extended. But at the same time, I have a hard time feeling like, well, we got to have a different set of rules if it involves a superstar. So he should get more games only because it's a superstar. So you could do that to a fourth-line player, but if it's a superstar, he should get more games because it's a superstar. I don't look at it that way. And in reality, everyone's reaction to this suspension, which could they have given him 6 games, 7 games? Sure. I mean,
Don't care.
whatever.
Go
But
ahead.
five games, they're in the playoff hunt. These are critical games, and he's going to have to sit. I don't have a problem with 5 games. Everyone wants to like throw him out of the league, give him 20, 25 games. He's a dirty player, throw him out. Listen, you're letting Toronto off the hook by just talking about that. How about we focus on the way they responded and how embarrassing as a team they were? And then
who are you talking about,
that,
Andy? You mean Morgan Riley, who's like, I didn't see anything. No, actually, the video shows you see exactly what happened. And of course, Nylander's like, I don't know, it's tough to see that. No. You actually lifted your hand up because you knew that was a penalty because you saw the play. Not that I want Willie Nylander to go beat up Gudas. Gudas is a very tough guy. Go slash him in the back of the knee. Show something. You didn't do it. Do. I know exactly what they're doing. Everybody saw what went down, and you turned the other way. It was very, very embarrassing. And I'll tell you this, Gudas, that was a knee. Fine, give him 5 games. But if Matthews didn't jump out of the way, it would have probably been a good hit because his knee would have been between his legs, and it probably went shoulder to chest and put him down. Is Gudas dirty? Yes, he is. Is he a 3, 4, 5 minute guy? No. Like, he's a captain of a team. You know, he plays hard. I know he hit Crosby. I know that blew up. That wasn't even that big of a deal either as far as being dirty. Give him 5 games. I'm not worried about it. But going after George Paris for this, I'm like, well, do you want 10? Is it 10 okay? Okay, fine. Give him 10. Like, I don't know.
Listen, the way I evaluate the hit, even if Matthews wasn't hurt, it's probably a 1 or 2 game suspension. I'd have no problem. Give him a game. Even if there's no injury on the play. But I'm with you, man. And going back to the Olympics, he single-handedly kept Czechia into that game.
Thank you.
Against Canada. Like,
yes.
And it wasn't just the physicality. That was a huge part of it. He eliminated Crosby from the tournament, and Crosby's still sidelined.
Yeah.
But he, like, moves the puck and he skates.
I know.
And everybody would take him on their team. You know who needs Radko Gudas? Toronto.
Oh! That's exactly right.
They would love Radko Gudas.
Love him. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. I don't know how they are up there anymore. They might not like these tough guys. I don't know. They certainly need a guy like that for sure. Any team does.
Too violent. Too violent.
He hasn't got suspended in 7 years. That's what? He hasn't got suspended in 7 years? That's pretty good. That's a good. You've reset your suspension 7 years ago. In fact, you do that 2 years. Every 2 years goes by, you get it reset. Now, they could change that all they want. Make it 5. He'd still be okay. You give him 5 games. That's a long time still. And you know what?
Oh, I agree.
It's a long time. I'm sorry. I've gotten a 5-gamer. That's long.
Critical time of the year.
You get a 5-gamer, like somebody's in my position, like that's how somebody takes your job. They forget about you after 2 weeks. You know? So
everyone's like,
anyway.
well, it should have been more. I mean, I get it because it's Toronto and it's Austin Matthews. It's going to get a lot of attention. Matthews' agent came out and made some comments, and I didn't have a problem with that either. His agent, who's a great guy. I know Judd. Like let him
Yeah,
protect his client.
of course.
I've got no issue with that. And he also represents McDavid, so I'm
Yeah.
sure there was some type of connection as to why McDavid spoke out about it. I do feel like McDavid, though, if you're ever going to speak out publicly, because people do pay attention when you make comments out of left field, like on league issues and these type of things. I wish he'd be more vocal on a lot of different things, Cam.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was hitting the moment. I think he respects Austin Matthews. And he's you know, and I don't want to see superstars get hurt, man. Hell no. I hate seeing that. It's our boy, Team USA, like, captain. Are you kidding? I hate seeing him hurt. But I just think McDavid's just like, no, I didn't like. He doesn't want to get hit like that either. And he's probably had to deal with Gudas in so many different ways as it is, to where it probably hit him in the back of the head more like, yeah, I remember him doing something to me. You know, and rightfully so. I don't mind him saying that. I kind of like McDavid now.
No, I didn't.
I don't want anybody
either.
fucking talking that much, actually.
I'm just saying, like, there's other issues. People are talking about the playoff format. They're talking about different things.
When it comes to a knee on knee and you get hurt, it's different than fucking playoff format. They got to just deal with that, right? I see where he's coming from. Where he's probably like, this motherfucking Gudas, because everybody's scared of him. Dude, I was scared of him in the fucking minors when he was playing for the Tampa's farm team, and I was playing for Albany. I remember like dealing with him, and I'm like, this guy is scary. What is he? And now we had him on.
We had him on.
Ago.
He was unbelievable. He was great. Hey, but like, if you're, who knows? Maybe McDavid's going to find himself on the other side one day. Maybe he snaps and two hands somebody over the head, and all of a sudden he may need player safety to
exactly
be like, okay, we're only going to give you a couple games because you're Connor McDavid.
Well, he snapped the other day too. Like, he's getting pissy, and rightfully so. There's only so much you could take when you're Connor McDavid, and like, he's been through so much. The ups and downs. I don't know any other athlete. And listen, different sports have different big superstars with different attention. But as far as the NHL, the stress that man has gone through, playing up there for one, hardcore, travel, everything. Your team, you are counted on to do so many different things, more than anybody else. You've gone to the Stanley Cup final twice, and you've lost to loud players, by the way. Loud Matthew Tkachuk in your fucking face every second, which just amplifies everything. And then you go through the Olympics. I mean, he's been through so much shit. He probably looked at that video of Gudas and is like, fuck, can we not have this? I got to stick up for my boy, Austin.
Yeah, the only other athlete I think that you can look at that compares to what you're talking about is Caitlin Clark.
You would say something like that. That's what they said at the fucking racket club the other night. That's where Andy gets this shit from, the Creve Coeur Racket Club. That's what they discussed down there. She's making $40 million. She's making more money than these cats.
Who's more famous, Connor McDavid or Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark, probably.
Oh,
I think so.
Really?
In the United States, yeah.
Do you think she's still more famous than Luke Hughes? Or
Jackie Boy?
Jackie Boy?
That's
Jack
a
Hughes?
goddamn good question. No.
Really? I bet you more people know who Caitlin Clark is.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, you're right. No, she is more popular than Jack Hughes. What am I talking about? Jack Hughes took a big step. You're right, Andy. You're right. Caitlin Clark is way bigger than any hockey player right now.
Any player in the league.
She might be bigger than Greta.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean,
the United States is gigantic, dude.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people.
Wayne Gretzky is still like the one hockey player people have heard of.
It's unbelievable to even think about, to be honest with you. It's unbelievable to even think about. But she might be up there next to Wayne Gretzky. You know.
Well, she can go to her left and she can go to her right. She can pull up from
three.
She can attack. Oh, she can dunk.
Oh, yeah. Think about that. She's more she can't even dunk.
Was she playing on the same team as Angel and her?
And she didn't shake her hand?
Yeah, she didn't shake her hand.
I don't know. I just see clips everywhere.
I know what she's been doing in the gym this year. Expect her to really.
I like her. I don't mean to chirp like that, but it is weird. Like, it just shows that basketball is more popular. You know, it's easy to get into. Every kid plays basketball, I feel like, except for me.
Yeah.
I didn't play.
You
You
know,
probably certainly didn't.
I did. You know, I used to play like in the playground, in
Well,
like the
Andy,
inner city. I used to go down to like the parks.
Okay, stop.
No, I
Stop
did.
it now.
I did, dude. I'm serious.
Stop it now. But my point is, like, everybody's like got into a fight because I fought my brother. Yeah, I played basketball in the park. Yeah, I'm saying like legit basketball, high school basketball and stuff like that. A lot of people get into that. Like, it's easy, it's cheap. Like, you just have a basketball and you go to a gym. They're everywhere.
The reason why I didn't play high school basketball
is because you're 5'7".
Well, hockey was also a winter sport. You couldn't play too.
And they needed you, God damn it. They needed you.
But I used to go to the inner city parks, dude, and go play pickup.
The gangsters.
We used to go run.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, let me tell you about Policy Genius. You got to love having all your insurance in one place and making sure you're getting the best deal. So prioritize your peace of mind. I tell you that all the time. Lock in your life insurance today. PolicyGenius.com is an online insurance marketplace that allows you to compare quotes from some of America's top insurers side by side for free. Their licensed team helps you get what you want fast so you can get on with your life. Easily find what you need. Coverage amounts, prices, terms, no guesswork, just clarity. Policy Genius helps you find the most affordable policy that meets your needs. Plus, they answer questions, handle paperwork, and everything else. PolicyGenius.com. You got to love that. Use the promo code CAM. Just go to PolicyGenius.com/CAM to compare life insurance quotes from top companies to see how much you could save. That's PolicyGenius.com/CAM.
Did you see Daytona Beach? Don't ever have Chloe go to Daytona Beach for spring break. Holy mother of Christ.
What happened?
It's chaos. They're going to have to shut that beach down. Just kids everywhere. Chaos, fights and shit, gunshots.
Oh my God, gunshots
Did you
too?
see even the St. Patrick Day parade stuff, like in Boston, fucking fights, guys getting knocked out. There's so many fights, I feel like, in these parades, man. I got Twitter is so fucked up. These kids are fucking knocking each other out. And they're like laying on the ground, and kids will come up and kick them in the back of the head when they're already knocked out so hard. And you're like, that kid's going to be slow the rest of his life.
Really?
Yes. I told you it happened.
Because of that kick to the back of the head?
When you're already knocked out.
Where's the worst place to get kicked?
In the probably temple. Back of the head fucks you up. You break it. You break your jaw. But like for brain damage, probably the temple and the back of the head. These guys are booting each other. It's fucking brutal. Like these big gatherings are all fucked up. I'm like, God, I would never want to be in anywhere around.
I don't like that.
You know.
Hey, Patty Maroon created some. Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, we did.
That was a week ago already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Toronto's Toronto, man, is what it is. You got perks and you got the media. The media chirps everywhere. You know what? The media is everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's not even this like Toronto. Like it's got people from Pittsburgh chirping fucking this. It's people from Indonesia fucking chirping you on Twitter. It's this. There's chaos everywhere. There's toxic people everywhere chirping you, no matter where you're at. I tell you what, Matthew and Brady take a beating. You know, they're so sweet on their podcast, and I love them. And then you look at people who just fucking hate them, and they'll say the and they, you know, he plays in Florida. Like Matthew gets chirped hardcore. I don't think he gives two shits, and rightfully so. But there's people that hate those two. And if you ever met them, you'd be like, they're sweet to my child.
I know.
You know,
I don't want to create any like crazy rumors or anything, but I just feel like we're at that point where it's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time that Brady's going to get traded out of Ottawa.
I know.
He ain't staying there, in my opinion. That's just
in my opinion either. I'd throw money on it. It's
not happening. Austin Matthews is going to get out of Toronto.
Gone.
And I'm talking relatively soon. I bet you the framework and the groundwork will begin, in my opinion. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it will begin. if it hasn't started already, this summer in terms of the play to get him out of Toronto.
Yep.
And I think his contract extension or his contract expires at the same time at McDavid, and maybe they eventually kind of team up and they end up signing in the same place. You never know how that's going to play out as we move forward down the line here. And Quinn Hughes, Brady Tkachuk, I think you're going to start seeing what we see in the NBA, where you see these, especially with the salary cap going up, where I think it's going to be a little easier for some of these teams to fit these superstars in under the cap. But I think you're going to see some of these power plays take place between these superstars who are such close friends. They know each other so well, much like these NBA players do. I mean, they're absolute boys. They want to play together. They want to be on the same team, especially when you look at a guy like Quinn Hughes, Brady Tkachuk. They haven't won a Stanley Cup. Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews haven't won a Stanley Cup. And they're looking at it like, where can we go to win a cup? Who can we team up with to give ourselves the best chance? And I think you're going to see some of these power moves like we've seen in the NBA with Kevin Durant going to Golden State. And LeBron, what he did with, different players, obviously
well, it's
with
easier,
the Miami Heat.
Isn't it easier in the NBA though? You got 5 guys. Like it's like.
Well, it's easier to win. Yeah,
it's easier to win.
You know what I mean? I don't want to say easier to win, but
if you have one superstar, is equivalent to having 3 in the NHL, right?
I get you. I got you. I know what you're saying. I just didn't want to misspeak. I mean,
but on the other hand, too, Andy, like you want to get traded. And then they give you a fucking haul back, kind of like the Lindros thing, where you're like, fuck, I'm going to Philly. But they give away so much to where you look over like, oh, wait a minute. They're way better than us. So I don't know.
Hey, in St. Louis, they're showing up to that draft with a lot of prospects and 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, dude.
And I know they're not all like top 10 picks or whatever. Who knows? One of them could be. One of them probably will be. Could be a top 5 pick. Who knows that's going to play out?
Who knows? It's pretty bundled up right now, and you
ever want to get Brady out of Ottawa? I'm just saying, man. Anything's possible, and especially once Ottawa comes to grips with the fact that he ain't staying. He's not going to stay beyond his current deal, in my opinion. Maybe something would change. But I would imagine they're going to have to get an answer from Brady at some point. Hey, are you committed to staying?
What's his contract situation?
I think he's got a couple years left after this year.
Is it 2?
Yeah, Brady's got 2 years left.
Okay.
So eventually they're going to have to get an answer. And, Ottawa, they've got to protect themselves. They can't be left.
Exactly.
Without any significant return. I would think the return's even higher if Brady's got 2 years.
I know.
Left on his deal. And again, how it all went down after the Olympics and all that, Cam, I would imagine that maybe even solidifies things even more, that, okay, the writing's on the wall. He's not going to be there beyond this current deal. Austin Matthews isn't going to be in Toronto beyond this current deal. Decent chance Connor McDavid isn't going to be in Edmonton. I know he's Canadian, but there's a decent chance that he's not going to be in Edmonton beyond this current deal. We're going to see a lot of these superstars moving around. What's going to happen with Quinn Hughes? Is he going to commit to stay in Minnesota? And is he bringing somebody else with him to Minnesota? Like, what's Minnesota going to be?
I'd say people would go to Minnesota. But
they already have Kaprizov at $17 million. I mean, I don't know how they're going to fit everybody in, but I would imagine Billy Guerin isn't done. He'll find a way to bring another superstar.
I agree.
But Quinn and Brady, I just feel like that's the play, and I feel like McDavid and Matthews, that wouldn't surprise me either. So
both
it's
those
something
connected.
To pay attention to, man. We'll see how it plays out. I think it would be very, very interesting. I think it'd be great for the NHL, honestly, if some of these guys came together.
So who's left as far as superstardom when those guys leave in Canada? Like, who's going to Canada then? You know what I mean? Like, Montreal still will attract people. Like, is that gonna turn players off to sign there? Ottawa's already, are they attracting that many? Do you think I'm looking at like, okay, no trade clause. Like, is Ottawa on most no people's, you think?
I would say yes.
You say yes. Winnipeg?
Yes.
Yes.
My eyes are still, I can't even open my eyes after sitting there. I have a cold. My nose is bleeding.
I know.
My lips are chapped.
Edmonton without McDavid. Is that going to be a no trade clause situation?
It already is with McDavid.
Is it with Calgary?
They've got that new building, which I hear is going to be unbelievable. In fact,
right downtown.
I believe at the GM meetings today, it was officially announced that Calgary is going to host the World Cup.
Good. Yes, we saw that in Edmonton and
in Prague. Did they say Edmonton too? Because when I did a fireside chat with Gary Bettman a few weeks ago, I know St. Louis was in the mix too.
Yeah,
but I got the impression when I left our conversation that it was going to be an Edmonton-Calgary situation because of this new building in Calgary, which I can't wait to see it. I'm going to be at the old building probably for I guess they'll be there next year too. So
yeah, no,
when's the new building opening up?
You drove by it when you go to the rink tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to drive by it. It's right on the way, and it's on the left-hand side. And when I was there last year, it was just a huge hole in the ground. But I bet you it looks pretty fucking badass right now. But I still think Vancouver, I think all these teams, maybe besides Montreal, like a lot of players have them mixed in with their no trade clause.
Montreal.
Am I wrong?
Montreal, they've got something going though.
I would play there. God, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I think I'd play there more than. I think I'd rather play there because I feel like as an American, I could just hide. Like, what are you saying about me? I don't know. Half of it I don't understand. Like, I don't know.
This Lane Hudson, he's like breaking records for like most assists in his first 150 games or whatever.
He looks good, man.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Yeah. And I asked a lot of my friends over there on Twitter to answer the same question.
Andy would think that his people on Twitter are his friends.
The robots.
The robots are we're best buddies.
Those are my friends. Okay, so if you're going to build a franchise today with one of these defensemen, like rank them in order, and
Schaefer.
I put 6 on there, starting with Cale Makar, no particular order.
Okay,
Cale Makar,
yep.
Quinn Hughes, Matthew Schaefer, Rasmus Dahlin, who says the team has come together by drinking beers or whatever. They learned their lesson. Hopefully Toronto can learn the same lesson.
He takes a beating too, and he just gets up and does his shit. I like him.
Well, they just got tougher because they got Stanley and they got Lu Shen. Like they got some players that are willing to brawl if they need to.
Damn right. Good for you.
And that's what Jarmo understands. All it takes is some like different type of thinking in the front office. So
you need motivators. You need tough. Yeah. Okay.
So I said Dahlin, Lane Hudson, Zach Werenski. So Makar, Hughes, Schaefer, Dahlin, Hudson, Werenski. And I'm not to take out contract, take out.
I know. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at pure skill.
Yeah.
Makar first, Hughes second.
Really?
Although that could be switched after watching Quinn do his thing. Son of a bitch, Andy. That is not 1 and 2. That's right there. Man, oh man, Werenski looks damn good, and no one talks about him. He's sneaky good. He might be goddamn 3. Then Dahlin, Schaefer, Hudson. Hudson's last, in my opinion. Am I crazy?
Schaefer is.
I know, but he's in front of Werenski.
He's gonna end up with like 25 goals.
I know.
As an 18-year-old defenseman.
I know.
Like, what is going on here?
And he did something the other night, too. He stuck up for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a play, and the play went all the way down the other end, and he was mixed up with a guy. No one else saw it. Yeah. So he's one-on-one. And he's like, fuck you. And he just pushed him, and he threw him down. He's like, get away from me. And then everybody stopped what they were doing, and you could tell they skated 200 feet and came all the way down, jumped in the pile, and people were going nuts in Long Island. And just little things like that. Like, no, I'm 18, but I got to stick up for myself. Guys are going to try to Ratko Gudis me. They're going to try to hit me. They're chirping. They're doing this, trying to get me out. You got to stick up for yourself once in a while. So this is such a heart. I love him.
He is hated.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I like that. I'd have him. I would put an A on him, put a C. I don't care. You're on my team.
I
don't give a fuck.
with my new dog that I'm getting another dog.
And call him
I'm gonna name him Radko.
Damn,
come break.
boy.
I dare you to come.
My mom and dad.
Dare you to come to my house and try to break in my house and make a sandwich.
Well,
you try to make a sandwich in the middle of the night.
Just because his name is tough doesn't mean the dog is tough. See, that's
true.
Where you're dumb.
Not true.
You're gonna get another golden doodle. Like, oh, my neighbors have gold. Everybody has a golden doodle. I'll walk in that house. This is Radko. He's tough because his name's tough. Didn't work that way.
So you want to come at my house and make a sandwich in the middle of the night and break in? Wait. So can I tell you?
I would not be scared at all.
Here's my only complaint with Matthew Schaefer, and I know I'm going to take some heat for saying this. I feel like he's almost like too mature too quickly in his interviews. It's like I don't know. I kind of want him to be like an 18-year-old kid at the same time. He's just kind of.
I don't care. He's a nerd. Let him be a no.
He's just so put together. Like
so what? Here's what I don't want.
And listen, I got to finish this thought because, and I said this at the time of the draft. You cannot not root for this kid with everything that he's been through.
Yeah.
And we love Matty Martin. And Matty Martin buys him the Rolex and has his mom's engraving inside the watch with her like handwriting and stuff. Dude, like it's unbelievable. And the fact that this guy is going to be so good for the game. I heard a story the other day about Braden Shen needed to go pick up a rental car at Enterprise. It was 25 minutes away from the Islanders practice facility. But he needed to go pick up a car at Enterprise. And Matthew Schaefer was like waiting for him and like drove him there.
Well, yeah.
He's like 18, dude. And he's the one who's like driving him 25 minutes like out of the way to go pick up his rental car. This guy's almost too good to be true. He sounds too good to be true. He's way put together in all his interviews. It's like, I kind of want him to be 18 sometimes too, you know, but he's like 28.
I don't. And him picking up Schenner, like the young kids do that. Like that's what you do. Yeah, you fucking let the kid fucking take it. You two need to talk anyway. Schenner needs to talk to him. That's exactly what it was. A little bonding session. If I'm Matthew Schaefer, like, fuck yeah, I'm taking him. Let me go sit with Braden Shen. Oh, the Stanley Cup winner has been in the game for over 1,000 games. Yeah, we'll sit together.
The shit kicker.
The shit kicker who's going to defend me at every aspect of the game.
Crush guys.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Destroy guys.
I want to be by you. I want to stand by you. I want to sit next to you. I want to be around you. I'm already around Maddie. I'm already around the kids. I have a good system here. I have good people talking to me. And I don't want him to be 18. I don't want him to be a frat. Wait. Now, you said your point. I don't want him to be a frat boy. I don't want him to come in like, we've seen that. You don't want that. It sets you back. I want you to be mature. And when you hang out with the guys and you do your thing, don't be too nerdy. You still got to be with the guys. But I want him to be a 28-year-old at 18. Yeah, damn right I do. I don't want him partying with girls, slowing him down, getting jammed up, getting owned by some girl. No. Play hockey and be mature.
Okay, well, I'm with you. And he is mature beyond
I know,
his
I like
years.
it.
And I watched him play live twice this year. But last week, just like you did in St. Louis, and he's just different, dude.
He's so good.
I would have a hard time.
I know.
We can't forget how great Cale Makar is because he's been great for so long. So like, if anybody would like look at this and be like, I'm not taking Cale Makar first overall, then okay, that's on you. But
fine. And then
I would take this Matthew Schaefer, dude.
Quinn's good too, man.
Wait.
Goddamn, there's some good players. Sometimes it's good to get the number 1 pick overall. Sorry.
He dances you at the blue line too, like his agility, his hockey sense, his skating.
Skates 100 miles an hour.
His brain.
His cardio.
Who are these kids?
Freaks.
What
They're not
are
18-year-olds. They're exactly what you said. You want him to be, he's not. He's a 28-year-old. He's 18 in a 28-year-old's body and mentality. He matured way earlier than we all did, homeboy. And that's why he's good. And that's why he's going to play 25 years. I don't want him drinking. I don't want him partying with girls. I want him to fucking focus and be happy-go-lucky and be a leader of that team for 25 fucking years.
Okay, for the record, I didn't say I want him drinking.
Okay, fine. But my point is, when you say I want to be an 18-year-old, hell no. Think about you when you're 18. God, I was a psycho.
No,
Hell
I
nah.
mean, like every interview he does, he just like, I don't know if he's prepared for it or if somebody
he is.
prepares him or if he like
Probably.
Googles shit beforehand.
So what? That means you're mature, dude. Say the right thing. Don't get jammed up. Don't what you say to something an 18-year-old kid would say in a fucking interview after a game. Now you got to deal with that, and it just slows you down.
Yeah, hey, listen, he's the most impressive kid
He's
to come
awesome.
into the
Andy,
NHL.
he's
Remember how like
fantastic.
McDavid and Crosby would do interviews when they were like 18?
I liked they were on top of their game for the most part too. The only thing with Crosby though, he did get whiny at the beginning.
He
He
did.
got tortured. It was right after the freaking lockout. Guys are still hooking and clutching and cross-checking and being crazy. Darian Hatcher, all those guys. Crosby cross-checked me in the back of the head one time. I still got the newspaper clippings, and he got like suspended for it or whatever. We got kicked out of the game. And I'm like, what do you do that for? He was but then he calmed down. Did he ever fuck up? Wait, has Crosby really ever embarrassed himself?
No,
I mean, has he?
no,
Has Joe Sakic embarrassed himself?
no,
Has he?
no.
Stevie Y. Eisman ever embarrass himself?
Well, just when he went low on Pronger.
That,
And do you know that story? Chris Pronger.
But do you know what I'm saying? To make
We
my
took-
point, like those are the guys that Schaefer are.
Yeah.
Those kind of guys.
At Chris Pronger.
He's doing everything, flying everywhere.
Hey,
Is
can
there
I
like
say
5
this,
of
dude?
them?
Hey, he's been rumored, like everyone's throwing him out there to be the president
Yeah,
of
I
the
know.
team now.
I know. I
Let
want
me
him
just
to.
put it in layman's terms. I think Chris Pronger would go run the team.
I think he'd be great at it.
I think he really would. I mean, maybe that's what he's doing right now by
You might
being
be right.
everywhere and doing a million different podcasts
Leadership.
and tweeting every
Boom,
on
boom.
the minute and responding to everybody on Hockey Night in Canada, and he's on every podcast. He's everywhere. Maybe this is the design, and he's going to take one of these jobs. Like, who's going to offer him the job? Like, what teams are going to come after Chris Pronger? And I'll say this. I think he would do it. But he's not going to go to an organization without having full authority to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
And hire who he wants and be 100% in charge. If you think you're going to hire Chris Pronger and he's going to go work under somebody else, that ain't happening.
No, it's not. He's never really worked under anybody for a long, long, long time since he's been a young rookie with Al and those guys. Then he became the man, and he's been the man ever since. I don't think he knows anything different. He hasn't been that way in a long time, nor should it be. He's a smart guy. You see what he's saying. If you want to, here's what he's doing. If you want to know what he's all about, you just go to you go to fucking social media, and we chirp and like, would I want to do that? No, it's just too much. But he does.
Yeah.
And he's disciplined enough to be able to do this. And, you know, like he's talking about leadership. He's basically giving you an outline of how he would be as being in charge of an organization.
Yeah.
That's
and
how
you know,
he's presenting himself every single day now.
when this guy played, and I probably talked to him more than any other media guy in the league when he was playing, like really got to know him very well. This guy was probably the smartest player that I had ever been around in terms of fully having an understanding of the CBA. Like, he knew the CBA. Like, it got to a lockout, and I know a lot of people would give their opinions and say different things. This guy knew the CBA. He knew, and this is before Puckpedia and what was the name of the website that the Capitals bought?
Cap friendly.
Cap Friendly.
Yep.
This is back in the day where you had to go on the internet and try to find everyone's contract and print it out. He knew every
Everybody's.
player in the link cab, how much money they made,
Yep.
how many years they had left on their contract. He knew how many goals they scored, how many points they had. He knew
All of it.
everything. I learned so much from this guy when he was playing in my early years working in this business, man. This guy taught me a lot. So I always felt like that's what he should be doing. That's what he's going to do. I know he's doing the television thing and whatever, but I feel like he's got so much more to give from a hockey standpoint. And he had such a great career and such a great player. And I know how intelligent, how smart he is, and how much he loves the game, that I think he would really benefit an organization if they were to hire him. It would be
I'd hire him.
fantastic, but he would have to have full autonomy to hire whoever he wants and be fully in charge.
Well, I'd roll the dice with him. If I'm Toronto, I don't know. They might be in a different situation. Maybe they're not. Maybe that's perfect for them because they're not really in the mix anymore. If you really want to break that team down, they got work to do. So maybe it would be perfect for Pronger. Would I have him, obviously you're not going to fire a GM if you're successful right now for the most part and have somebody else take control. So it's got to be a team that's a little bit struggling, that maybe has more potential, that needs a kind of a kick in the ass, stern, been through it all. How do you counter Prongs when he tells you to do something and has some sort of philosophy on that team? How do you counter him? How do you look at him and disagree with the bigger picture of what needs to happen to be a winner? How? You can't. What are you going to say to him? So I already think that he could walk into anywhere and just kind of open the door and be like, okay, here's what it takes to be a winner. Let's go from here. Mm-hmm. Now, there's little things that you're going to be able to critique, rightfully so. And he's got a lot to learn. I know he's a smart guy, but
he's got a lot to learn.
He's got eyes, and if you want to ask Alexander Steen, to any of these guys that have watched Doug Armstrong and these guys nonstop, there's a lot that goes on. Andy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't care how smart you are as a player. I don't care how pronounced you are as far as social media is concerned. This is a different animal. But if there's anybody that could pick it up and understand the greater picture of things, it's Chris Pronger.
Yeah, but Cam, I'm not talking about coming in and being the general manager. It's kind of like what Brendan Shanahan was. Brendan Shanahan he was kind of the face. And obviously flexed when he needed to and gave his opinion, probably vetoed certain things that maybe Doobie wanted to do.
Sure, yeah.
And so I'm talking that. I mean, you got to have a general manager in place to be able to make some decisions and do the day-to-day responsibilities of a general manager. I don't think Pronger's looking to come in and do that.
You don't think he is? You don't think he wants... Okay, so if he's the president, I know he's in complete control. You don't think he wants his hands on everything?
No, but right? You do have your hands on everything, but you got to hire a general manager to, be on the phone with every GM and to negotiate contracts and understand the CBA, understand the salary cap.
Exactly my point. Don't you think he wants to be on the phone?
Well, he would be too. I mean, listen, he knows all these guys too. I mean, and let's remember, he did work with the Florida Panthers, and for whatever reason, he didn't stay with them.
Yeah,
and decided not to stick that out, right? But he knows he's comfortable being in the spotlight, Chris Pronger, and he's comfortable getting a lot of attention, and I don't think like being on that stage, like running the Toronto Maple Leafs, for example, I don't even think that that's what they're looking to do. Maybe it is. I have no idea. I know some people have thrown that out there, but really nothing behind it that would suggest that they're really even considering hiring him. I would imagine they're going to be looking for a new general manager, though.
Probably. And coach.
And who knows?
And players.
And maybe, and players, looking to move on from some guys.
And picks and this and that. I mean,
hey, if you're going to move Austin Matthews, with the way that team is going and who he's playing with and what his numbers look like and how his production has just really drastically changed. A few years ago, this guy was almost scoring 70 goals in the National Hockey League.
And
he couldn't be stopped.
I know.
You're telling me his production has gone down only because Mitch Marner's not there?
No. But his stock is still very high because of what happened in the Olympics, in which he was pretty dang good. Was he great? Did he score? No, but he was pretty dang good.
But but good in a different way.
He was great defensively.
Yeah,
he helped them win, but he still helped them win. So you know that he could score 69, and you know he could play defensively. You could throw him all over the ice. He's a good leader. He's been through it all. Like his stock is still very high, although his play has dipped like no other. Mm-hmm. Right? Am I wrong? You think? I mean, people still give him a boatload for him.
Oh, I think teams would
boatload
line up. How do I get him?
How do I get him? And his production's dipped, but he still has all this stock still added up, and rightfully so. You know what I mean?
And I'll say this about a Connor McDavid whenever he moves on from there, and maybe Austin Matthews too. I don't get the sense that they have to be in. Everyone says L.A. I think it's too easy to connect the dots there. His agents from LA, and maybe they would want to go there. But I don't think that they're looking just to go to one of these monster markets. You think Connor McDavid really cares? Connor McDavid would play in St. Louis, I think, to be honest with you.
McDavid or Matthews?
Either one.
I think so?
More so McDavid. I'm just saying, like, I don't get the sense McDavid would just chase the bright lights. I think he wants to go where he would have the best chance to win, no matter where that is. If that means it's Carolina.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
where are you going to win?
If that meant it was Columbus, he'd go there.
True.
I don't think he's chasing New York City or LA just to go where the biggest. And I get the league maybe would like, hey, kind of steer him in that direction. We need you in a big city. But I'm just, you know what I'm saying? He wants to win. He's going to go to wherever I think he feels like it's.
But it's not
the best
right now, Columbus or St. Louis. So who is it?
I know
but
that.
who is it? Okay, I would say Minnesota probably has a chance.
Yeah.
I would say Colorado certainly does. I don't know how they could work that magic. Don't know. I'm not throwing the sorry. Dallas certainly, but as of right now, Vegas certainly.
Montreal.
Maybe LA. Montreal probably. Maybe.
Woo.
That'd be the only other Canadian team.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you know. Would you go to no? Pittsburgh? No. Like, would you go to Florida if they can make it work? Yes. Would you go to Carolina? Possibly. I don't know. Yeah. Tampa? Probably.
Wherever he goes.
If Vegas was, or I'm sorry, if Nashville turned it on, he'd probably go there. But as of right now, there's not too many teams that Dallas, Colorado, Minnesota, Vegas, Tampa, Florida, although I don't know their cap situation, you'd have to move.
But wherever McDavid would go, he would obviously generate a shit ton of buzz, and he would get a ton of attention. So Utah,
but he would get attention and be like, "Wow, I could walk down the street."
Right.
Wait, let me say something. If McDavid went to Florida and got all this, he's walking down the street and no one knows who he is. Okay. If he goes to Nashville, even there's so many people they know country singers. He could hide in these places. Dallas, you could hide. You could hide. Even if he came to St. Louis, he would be able to hide for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He would. St. Louis fans would recognize him pretty cool because they would pump him up so much. But these other sides, like you could literally take your wife and kids out and have dinner and no one even knows you.
That's the difference.
It's unbelievable.
Between he and Caitlin Clark.
It's unbelievable.
Caitlin
Clark couldn't go anywhere.
She can't go anywhere.
You think Caitlin Clark could walk down Nashville? People be like, well, fuck, what's up, girl? 100%. She's on SportsCenter every day.
What up,
girl,
Kate?
what is that? Angel Reese could walk down anywhere and she'd be stick out like a sore thumb. I ain't here, okay?
At hell.
Jesus.
She's got some new post moves, from what I understand, too, and she's gonna expect her to lead the league in rebounding.
That's what they watch at the Racket Club.
Offensive
WNBA.
rebounding.
They have WNBA parties there. All men. Very odd.
Offensive rebounding.
Yay. I don't even know. I do. Basketball's hard to get into, man. Everybody's obsessed with the final or the March Madness down here. I'm like, I don't know. I watch golf all weekend. Relaxing.
That sounds fun.
It's the most relaxing thing in the world. Just watching golf. It is. Playing it and watching it. It's my second favorite sport by a mile.
Cam, I came down with asthma in Winnipeg.
I know. If Ty got drafted, would you Eric Lindros? What would you do if he was going to be number one pick?
I would maybe have to do an Archie Manning.
I know.
Eli and be like, we're not going to. Well, Archie did it for Eli.
Right. Big Archie?
Big Archie was like, Eli's not going to San Diego.
Yeah.
But
San Diego.
Kind of odd to me.
Because they were probably terrible.
They were. I don't think he liked the executives there or something. Archie did. Yeah.
Quebec, you're like, I don't speak French. Like, okay, if I'm Eric Lindros, like, you're like, fuck that. I want to be.
But I would maybe have to say, yeah, I don't think we're going to sign there.
In Winnipeg?
I don't want Winnipeg to hate me. I think I met some great people from there.
They're great people. It's not about the people. You don't always have to say that. The people are great, although there is crime there. The people are awesome.
The
They're
people
tough,
at the rink
blue,
who work at the rink
collar, nicest people in the
nicest
world.
people
No one
ever.
ever is saying anything. There's nothing to do with that. Living there is hardcore, and they know it. People, no, the people are fantastic. I like to grab all those people and bring them down here and spread them around.
Can you believe
You kidding?
in the same league, some people are living in Florida,
Are
some
you
are living
kidding?
in Winnipeg.
On a bay, looking over at dolphins with your wife, having wine on your day off. Are you kidding? I don't give a shit how nice your house is in Winnipeg. You're staying indoors. Getting to your car, even in the garage, opening your garage up to get it out. You have to back everything out unless you have a heated driveway. It's a pain in the ass. They're staring at dolphins in Florida, Andy, having wine on their deck, looking over the ocean.
Yeah, I went whale watching in Cape Cod.
Get on with yourself. Get on with yourself. God damn, boy.
I love whale watching.
I love water. I want water. I want to look at water.
What are you doing in Winnipeg?
Not that. Unless Lake Winnipeg's gigantic.
But everybody signs there. Shifley, no cussing Shifley. Doesn't cuss.
Look at his numbers.
Dude, he just got to
look at his numbers.
Career high in assists.
Look at his numbers.
He just got to 80 points for the fourth time in his career. He's had a great career. Kyle Connor.
Look at his numbers. Compare him to even on the Blues.
I will say, if you're and for the Blues fans out there and hockey fans in general, if you're ever gonna look for a comparison to maybe who could Jimmy Snuggerud become? He kind of, I feel like, could he ever become a Kyle Connor?
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
They kind of skate kind of crazy and play a little. They're all over there. They pass crazy.
No, you're right. You're right. But they're not the upper echelon superstar. They're just damn good, consistent players that'll give you 35, 40 goals, 80 points. That's a damn good player right there. It's not 115, but it's a damn good player.
Yeah, so
anyway,
in
Winnipeg.
Hellebuck resigns. Everybody
I like that. I like the loyalty, though, man. I respect you guys for not ditching the fans.
From what I understand is that the owner there takes incredible care of the players in Winnipeg.
Which owner doesn't? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I bet you there's some cheap ass owners out there.
Which ones are cheap?
I don't know.
Is it old boy from Utah? I don't think so.
No,
I bet you he fucking has goddamn caviar.
You see what he did on Twitter the other day?
Yeah, hooked up people with tickets.
He's like, "Hey, I got some extra space in my suite.
Let's go."
This guy, he's one of the best owners.
He's one of the coolest, man, getting attention. Good for you. I like that. That's healthy. Now, maybe Buffalo has a bad reputation with the ownership group.
Yeah, but they got a great owner who also owns the Buffalo Bills.
I know, but he gets chirped, and
he does.
You know what I mean?
I know.
How many bad owners are there in the NHL right now?
I don't know. I don't hear great things sometimes about Boston.
Okay. Then there. Okay.
Maybe they've been a little bit cheap. I heard you were cheap too, actually.
When? Now?
On the road last year.
See, Andy. See what this is what I have to deal with. I had to wait hours for Andy. I had to wait for him. Then he calls me. He's like, "God, me and Jamie were so good on pregame." I go, I go, yeah. He's like, I had a tough night last night. God, Jamie and I were so good. I'm like, get your fucking internet connection ready and let's go.
I love fucking with you.
This is what I have to deal with, man.
It's the best.
It's
the absolute best.
And then he calls me cheap. Like, okay, cheap. If I had money, I'd be fucking making it rain everywhere I went like I used to. I've actually proved myself.
Show me how you make it rain.
Get back in. And then go down and pick it back up.
Oh, shit.
I spent a lot of money on my buddies. And there's proof of that.
Okay.
Who do you spend money on? Oh, the players. Andy buys the players shots. They're
Jamie
like,
did.
What the fuck is this?
I think Jamie did.
They're like, fucking. Meanwhile, there's other people that work with the team. They're over there like looking at the bet bill, trying to put money together. And Andy's buying these guys shots. Not them. No, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Buy the boys shots.
Whoa, wait, did I come down? Did I
Son
come
of a
down
bitch.
with
You better
something in Winnipeg, boy?
You better start thinking, boy.
Did I come down
Andy
with something
didn't even
in
know
Winnipeg?
what fucking time zone he's in. The traveler. Andy's a traveler.
Hey,
He's in fucking mountain time. Lori had to tell him he's on mountain time.
Cam, I wake
Son
up
of a bitch.
in Winnipeg and I couldn't open my eyes. They were like crusted shut.
Stop smoking.
I wasn't smoking.
Put clear eyes in like I do.
I couldn't open them. They were sewn shut.
He's chirping Winnipeg, everybody, just so you know.
It's just the air.
It's what?
I think it's a
not
dry
good quality
climate.
air.
It's a dry climate.
You're in a cold desert, man. Like fucking Mongolia. So
Everybody's car is dirty
dirty as shit.
in Winnipeg.
Dirty, feet dirty, carpeting dirty.
Oh, God. Their feet are dirty.
Well, yeah. Look at you're walking on. It's fucking dirt and grime everywhere because of the snow.
Oh my God.
I know.
It's a beautiful
tough
place, though.
Beautiful. There
love
it is. Virtue signal. No, you don't
I
like
love
it there.
I
no,
would
you
live
don't.
there.
Oh.
And you asked me the question, 100% my kid would play there.
You said no earlier.
No.
Yeah,
We would
you
love
did.
it.
You said you'd pull a fucking Eli Archie Manning. We got to go back to the tape. What are we
There's
doing?
a lot of community stuff.
What'd you do
can
last night? Your memory's god awful.
Woo.
First Phorm and firstphorm.com, baby. Let's go. I'll start it off.
The
I'll
Canister
start it
Podcast
off.
is brought to you by Stiefel.
Stiefel, baby. God dang right. What's up with you? God dang. They're everywhere. All over the place. Help you save money so you can pick up tabs for people that don't make as much money as you.
Look for that
And if you want to be a
Stiefel
dork,
logo.
you pick up tabs for people that don't need it. But if you are a good person and Stiefel helps you save money, invest the right way, you could take care of the people that don't make as much as you. That's what the good people do.
Yeah.
That's what Stiefel does. That's what Stiefel's all about.
Look for the Stiefel name on the Blues jerseys. Firstphorm.com/Cam is Strick. Use our link and use it today. You know, Cam, considering I am a world traveler, you know what I don't leave
Mountain
without?
time.
Look what I bring with me. And this is what separates a lot of people. Look what I bring.
I brought this.
Yeah.
Every freaking day, boy.
Watch this. Watch this. Yoink.
Yeah. It's not the same. It's not the same. I was doing 4 hours of radio this morning, and I have to have these. Hello, cheddar, 20 grams of protein makes you horny. Yeah, damn right it does. Damn right.
Hello. I can't wait. I'm looking for dogs now. If anybody has any suggestions,
Let's keep going.
I might get an Akita.
Those are awesome, actually. They're awesome dogs. The only thing I don't like about Akitas is their tail comes up a little too much so you can see their butt a little too much.
Okay, that's part of it. It's an Asian.
Can't I just say something?
It's an Asian dog.
Critique. That's the only thing. They're damn good dogs. Now they howl loud.
Firstfarm.com/Cam and Strick. Use our link and use it today. Get that apparel. Get the fruits and the greens. Get the protein. Get the meat sticks. Get the energy drinks and feel
All
good
of
about
it.
yourself. And get the daily vitamins too. Get out a daily vitamin. And let us know what you get. First Phorm.
Let's go.
Firstphorm.com/Cam and Strick. Window World, Cam.
Oh, son of a gun.
Window World.
Get on with yourself. I'll tell you this right now, man. Either it's cold or it's hot. And if your windows don't freaking work, are you kidding me? My house, my windows are so bad right now. I have the little pulley things like yoink, 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 yoink. And then the sun comes down. I could feel the heat coming out of them. I could feel the cold coming out of them. There's leaks everywhere. I need new windows. It's actually costing me money. It's costing me money, especially in the wintertime. That fucking, I have to put towels down all over the goddamn place. It's getting unacceptable. You need new windows. My house is either cold or it's hot. And I can't take it anymore, Andy.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Baby. Their windows are one of two windows with a good housekeeping seal of approval. Not many can say that. Right, number one in number of windows sold in the country by qualified Remodeler Magazine. That's #1 in the country, which is amazing.
Big
St.
dogs.
Louis, 800 get windows. Call them today.
800 get windows.
800 get windows.
Easy.
St. Louis, the preferred window of the St. Louis Blues and the official window of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Pretty good duo right there, baby.
They're now offering 36 months same as cash financing with approved credit. Get in on that. 800 get windows.
Easy.
Get that free
easy.
estimate today.
Big hockey
WindowWorldSt.Louis.com. WindowWorldSt.Louis.com.
Big hockey fans, we love all you guys at Window World. Get it done and save money in the long run. It's
Cam,
hot here in
Did you
Missouri.
know that the Blues won the Stanley Cup the first year that Window World became the preferred window of the St. Louis Blues?
Funny how that works. And they're damn good people, and they take care of the Blues. You see it everywhere. I see it driving down to the game on Highway 34. They got fucking signs everywhere. They got signs in the rink. They got signs in commercials. Son of a gun.
Window World.
Window World, baby. Let's go. Damn good people.
The official window of the Kansas City Chiefs. We had Gemma come in and do some stuff, some social media content for us last week.
We'll do a bunch more too for them. Bunch more.
So ask our sales rep about products with Window World that sells that they're compliant with the current Energy Star standards. That's important too. Window World, baby. Great to have Window World on board with us. All right, Sparx Hockey Cam. Otherwise, you don't have your skates sharpened properly. you know who?
You're going to look like a fool. And you'll probably get cut from your team.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes. You'll be falling over the place. You'll hurt yourself. Blah, 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 blah. You look stupid. Get Sparx. Get it done. Get it done in the garage before you even freaking leave to practice or your tournament. Bring it with you on the tournament.
Yeah.
Put it back in your car. Easy. And it saves you money overall anyway. It's not that expensive.
No.
Get it. Keep it. Hold on to it. Your kid knows exactly. Press a button. Yoink. Boom. Done. Done. That's what it does. Done.
I go with 5/8.
Yeah, you do.
What do you think of rollerblading, Cam?
I love it.
You think it's good for your skating?
You're goddamn right. Andy overthinks everything. I don't know, Ty. We can't go. Yes, you can. And I heard somebody say something about rollerblading got a lot of players into hockey, dude. Rollerblade. You don't need to skate all the damn time. It's the same edge. You're fine. Stride out, stride out, stride out. Always bring a stick. Take those biscuit pucks. Stick handle, stick handle, stick handle, stick handle. Go to a park, pass back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. Stop. Go back. Boom, boom, boom. Get a workout in. Get a workout in. Take your shirt off. Get a tan. Stick handle. Hat backwards. Toe drag some goddamn cougars.
Cougars, baby.
Have Ty toe drag them fucking cougars, dude. Have his hat backwards. No shirt on. Looking cut up. Let's go.
Let's go. That's what I used to do around the neighborhood.
God, you steal everything that I do. Everything I've done in life, Andy's done too.
Use the promo code Cam and Strick. It's going to save you more money than Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday.
Great holiday. You know when that is? It's the Monday after Thanksgiving.
I know.
In case you didn't know. Cam,
tell me about time zone you're in.
Tell me about Easy Tiger Cannabis.
You got to get that gosh dang mind right. Sometimes you work with somebody that annoys you. Maybe they're late. Maybe they virtue signal. Maybe they act like they did what you did in life. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you got to get your gosh dang mind right. That's what you do. Get your mind right. Feel good. Don't overdo it. You know what you want. Are you tired? Do you need to get up a little bit? Is it at nighttime? Are you supplementing it because you don't want to drink booze anymore? There's so many different variations of this. You gotta try it out yourself. You gotta talk to people. Do your own research on it. But you got to get your mind right. That's it. Son of a bitch.
Easy Tiger, sexy high-end cannabis brand built for people who appreciate top shelf quality.
Oh, I do.
I go top shelf when I'm on a breakaway. Usually, let's go top shelf.
Oh yeah, top shelf Andy. That's what they used. Ask Chaser. They used to call me top shelf Andy back in the day.
Today's episode is brought to you by Easy Tiger, premium top shelf cannabis out of Arizona. And trust us, they don't play in the minor leagues. But I will say this, Easy Tiger will be available in a cannabis store near you. It's going to be nationwide, baby.
Hell yeah.
With
Let's
Easy
go.
Tiger. All their flowers, top shelf, hand selected, high potency.
That's what I want.
EasyTigerAZ.com. You can check out the website. It's out of Arizona. We'll be everywhere. EasyTigerAZ.com. Check it out. Check it out today. And great to have Easy Tiger on board.
Get that mind right.
Cam, I wish I had my hot tub when I was in Winnipeg. That would have been unbelievable.
Andy, last night, 2 nights ago, actually Saturday night, Kate and I golfed all day. We're chilling, listening to music on the back deck. Then it started, the cold front came in. Freezing cold, tornadoes and stuff like that. But it got really cold. And I'm like, fuck, I want to get in a goddamn hot tub. You're getting a hot tub. I'm getting a sauna. I can't wait for that sauna. It's damn good for you. Just get in, go in. They got the infrared light.
Who does? Who are you talking about?
Sauna. Oh, Spas and More. Spas and More. Can I just break? Why are you interrupting me? I'm talking about.
Say what the name of the company was.
You didn't say it. Spas and More. Our good friend Angie. She takes care of us. And, of course, they have it all. You got to check it out. You got to go to their website. Check out, just type in Spas and More. It'll pop right up. She sells these damn things like hotcakes. And he's got a gigantic hot tub. He's got a perfect situation in his backyard. They take with a little crane, they go, put it right down. Easy peasy. I've seen them put in all these different pools and hot tubs. They got it all. It's really easy to do. It doesn't take that long at all. They got the saunas that I got. They got the hot tubs, and they got those swim machines.
And those cold plunges, too.
Cold plunges, too. Just put one right next to your hot tub. In, out, in, out, in, out. All those athletes do that. They got it all. That's Spas and More.
15-time award-winning dealership with professionally trained in-house service and delivery teams. They will deliver it right to you.
I've seen
it. Michael Leahy. What up, Michael?
What up, Mike, baby? Let's go.
They've worked with Master Spas since 1996. Angie with an I. I love the way she spells her name, by the way.
I got the Master Spas sweatshirt on right now.
Ah, do you really?
Yeah, it's awesome. Look at this thing.
That's not fair.
Oh, badass. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Do I owe you something? Let me go to your house and look around.
I'm going to have to get one. Master Spas, trusted and reputable manufacturer, made in the USA, baby.
Yes, sir.
We dang right. In Spa.
Love you guys.
Hells
Spas
to
and
the,
More.
yeah.
Spas and More. Check it out.
Blue Note Roofing, baby.
Let's
David
go.
Novak. He may come by the studio one day. We may do something with him, put on YouTube, whatever. Let people know what he's got going on over there at Blue Note. We want to let the whole world know, especially after that storm the other day, Cam.
Yeah, there's a bunch of storms, and there's a lot more coming.
If you have hail damage, you have wind damage, call David Novak today, 314-920-5713. 314-920-5713. Gutter, soffit, fascia.
Big Blues fan.
Siding.
Great guy.
Siding. I mean, people get their siding ripped off, Cam. My experience having gone through a couple of tornadoes, and not to the extent that a lot of our other listeners may have, those who are in Oklahoma and different parts of Missouri who have dealt with a lot of significant damage and crazy tornadoes. But I have been through some tornadoes, so I do know what it's like, dude. It'll rip the siding right off and knock your fence down.
Mm-hmm. And they will fix it. Not your fence, but they'll fix your siding and your roof and your faucets and your
Who
fascia.
will?
Blue
David
Note
Novak?
David Novak, Blue Note Roofing.
314-920-5713. All right, Dean Evason, one of our favorites, man. Love talking puck with him. Won't be out of a job for long. If you're looking to add to your coaching staff, think about Dean Evason. And always appreciate him joining us. Always great conversation. And he joins us now here on the Cam and Strick podcast, live from Calgary.
Let's go.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by Phorm, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/camandstrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/camandstrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview.
You look healthy.
You stay in shape.
We just hit record and go. We don't waste time.
What's your workout regimen?
Yeah, you look good, man.
Cam needs a workout plan.
What I do pretty much every single day, I do this thing called hot yoga sculpt.
Oh,
And you can look it up. It's a place called Core Power. It's all across the United States. You can go to any one. It's literally 1 hour workout. You do it with weights. You take a 5 pound, a 10 pound. You do a cardio, you do a core, you do squat series. You go through a flow. So it's good for your, stretching and all that shit. It's unbelievable, guys. Like it's like, I'll get in the gym, like during the year, I'll ride the bike every day and then I'll do, the yoga whenever. But now when I'm basically doing fuck all, I basically go every day.
so what does fuck all mean? Are you watching games? Are you studying tape? Are you watching video? Are you calling people? Are you trying to figure out your next move? Or are you just getting away from it right now?
Right now, just literally chilling, getting the condo here, ready to go. Obviously, I'm going to have to move at some point. But I did watch a lot of games prior to, I watched the Jackets games after I got fired and you're in between, obviously we can get into all that, but your head spins a lot. But it's fantastic now with the Olympics, the women's game, the men's game, hockey wise, everything else is just fantastic. So it's really killing a lot of time for me just to hang out. I've applied for my green card, so I can't leave the United States, which is exciting. I want to get that done as soon as possible. So I'm just hanging out, just, trying to take everything in and watching. I haven't watched tape. I have a lot of games recorded and I will get to that point again. But even watching the men's and the women's game, there's little tweaks. And when you go through this, I think I talked to you guys last time I got fired. That's the only time you guys call me is when I get fired.
That's hired again.
It's only because you get hired again, but also I don't want to bother you when you're busy either, So.
No, it's all good. But yeah, you go through a process. I've got a little thing on my phone now in my notes that I jot things down that I'd like to change, things that I'd like to stay the same, things that I, would like to do differently when I do get that next job.
All right. So how different was this firing versus the last one? Because I know you took the last one pretty hard. I mean, you had established roots in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Not quite as long in Columbus, but this one still feels a little bit different. Am I right? This was honestly out of the blue. I mean, in Minnesota, we had chances we could make the playoffs every year. And, we don't get past the first round, although we played well. Some circumstances with Suter and Parise's contracts and what have you there. So there was a bit of a surprise there, but this one was an extreme surprise. Like after last year and where we were, and we're a 500 hockey club, I completely believe what they're doing now. We would have been doing the exact same thing. The guys were figuring it out. We were coming. I understand why general managers and presidents and owners make, the firings of coaches. It's a lot easier than the 23 guys, but yeah, I mean, to be the first guy fired in the National Hockey League to be 500 in the year that we had last year and the progress that we've made. I was shocked. Okay, so when he tells you you're being fired, what do you say back? Like, is there anything you can say, or are you seem like a fiery guy, and I've seen you on the bench, and you played a long time in the NHL, and talking to people who played against you for a long time, they know who you are.
Yeah.
So does that come out in that type of situation?
Well, I think we talked about this before. Like Billy Guerin and I in Minnesota, we had a great relationship, but we had some serious battles. Like it was like, there was some fuck you matches and it was good. He's an ex-player. He got it. I got it. We were fine right after. This time, because I was surprised, you never blow up in those situations. It's like, what are you going to do? Like, what am I going to do? So, I'm not going to convince Don Waddell that, oh, by the way, rehire me because what I'm going to say. But I was able to get some stuff off my chest that I thought had to be said from my side of it, from the coaching side of it, from Steve McCarthy's side of it, who got let go the same day that I did, which I think is a complete shock and disappointing because he's a hell of a coach. So yeah, I did speak, but then, at the end I just said, Don, I'm not going to continue this because what's the point? What's done is done. We're going to move forward and you take the high road. There's nothing else you can do. If you burn bridges in our game, as you guys know, you're not going to get back in it. And, although I'm disappointed and you're pissed off and all that kind of stuff, you understand what the thought process is. And we get into this after playing, you get into it to coach, you're going to get fired at some point. I don't know if there's a coach out there in the history of the game that's never been fired.
Except John Cooper.
That's a really good point.
But if you're
he's the only one, but he will at some point.
But sometimes
is he actually the only one?
Well, I'm trying to think. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Bowman probably got fired, right? Scotty?
Well, yeah, he was in
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I'm trying to think of some. If there's anybody else,
they come and go. And unfortunately, if you're a college football coach, you get $30 million to get fired and you get rehired again.
Well, I wish the buyout was a little more for me here, but
sometimes $90 million. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
But yeah, I mean, we know it going in. So what's the point of being bitter? It doesn't serve me.
No.
In my personal life, it doesn't serve me in my professional life. So I'm not going to do it.
No, don't be bitter because you're a good enough coach. You have a good enough reputation. Where you're going to get hired again, right? So what's the point of you just got to be patient until that happens? But coaches get fired so frequently in the NHL.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk to other coaches around the league, I mean, what do you think of that? Like, are you in position? Do you think like your next head coaching job, you got to have X number of years for security, knowing that like the potential is there for a general manager to just flip the switch after 2 years?
Yeah, I've been asked that, and a lot of people have said, wait on your next one, make sure you can win, and all that kind of. I think that's all bull. I mean, you're going to evaluate the positives and negatives if you get an opportunity to get hired somewhere, but there's 32 jobs, right? So I've been fortunate now to have two. I'm looking forward to the third one. I hope that it's in the National Hockey League. That's what I'm going to wait for. I think I've established that I understand and know the league and the how to conduct myself as an NHL coach. So yeah, I mean, you be patient, you wait your turn, you wait your time. But I think you got it. It's case by case scenario. I don't think you can go into it saying, I want to have a 5-year deal, or obviously you want to have as many years as you can because it's a little harder to fire you if you've got more term.
That's true.
No doubt.
That's true. Yeah, we see that also. Like, I mean, guys, if it's early in a 5-year deal, I mean, that's a lot to eat for an ownership group for sure. Why do you think? Because even when you came in Minnesota, right? That was midseason, and you guys made the playoffs, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Well, how come all these coaches and like Jim Montgomery takes over last year for the Blues? They go on an incredible run. I've seen it over and over. I mean, Davis Payne took over and got a contract extension. I want to say Hitch won the Jack Adams when he took over. They ended up, having one of the best records in the league after he took over. Andy Murray's team went on a crazy run when he took over. So why is it when coaches take over mid-season, the teams tend to just really respond in a real positive way?
Well, you forgot about Chief too, right?
Chief won a Stanley Cup, for God's sake.
He wins a Stanley Cup. So, and I've been asked that, like, people have said, are you bitter that, I think Columbus is 10-1 right now. And I said, no, go back and look at the record when I took over for Bruce Boudreau as the head coach. I mean, we went on a run, I think it's 12-4, something like that. And we make the playoffs and all of that. And it was amazing. So the players, it's a jolt, right? It's just that, okay, you know what? And it's a breath of fresh air. Maybe the guy comes in, the new coach comes in. He's not mother effing you, he's like patting you on the back, and he's just like, I did the same thing last year when I first came in here, and eventually you get your accountability factor and all that kind of stuff. And I guess if there's one thing I've learned is that, you have to be a little bit more careful in today's game. And I thought I had a handle on that with the younger players. Our team is very young here, especially our top end guys, is that you got to be a little bit, I probably should have been a little more careful with the young guys, but you have to create that accountability factor, and you have to make sure that your older guys too see that you're making the young guys accountable. So there's a lot of different factors in there, but I think the players, get a kick in the butt or maybe a bit of a boost because, they get a new lease on life. Some guys that maybe I wasn't playing as much, Bones is probably playing a little bit more and what have you. So you get a little uplift there. We'll see how things go. Obviously, I'm excited for the coaching staff there. I'm excited for the players. I'm still vested in having them have success. It's a balance, obviously, that you go through mentally, but yeah, I hope that the players and the coaches that were there before can have success moving forward.
Andy and I were talking earlier on the pod, and we were saying, I remember, look, you can look at these guys. They're a lot more sensitive than you think. Sometimes you act tough, but even like a good pat on the back sometimes, or maybe you haven't talked to somebody in the locker room a little bit, and you bring them in the room and just shoot the shit for a little bit. Little things like that, they add up, and sometimes they're nice to have.
It's a big part. It's a big part now. Like back in my day, your day, it was like, if the coach even looked at you or gave you a little pat, that would be very rare, right? I mean, very rare. And now it's a balance, and we talk about it as a coaching staff all the time. I think every coaching staff does now. Who can you kick? Who can you pat? Who do we bring in today? I call it touch-ups. Like, how do you touch them up? Do you give them shit today, or is it a time for a little pat on the back, a little reinforcement, or does he need a kick in the pants because he's let in 4 opportunities or 4 goals the last couple of days because of his turnovers? So it's a fine line, and it's a lot more than it was obviously in the past.
The challenging thing I'm sensing for you is you were still so early in your program there in Columbus. It's like, okay, you understand when you gotta encourage somebody and lift them up and pump it up, but you weren't thinking your job was on the line, right? In terms of I need to get this guy going. Maybe I need to play this guy a little more. I need to make him feel he's sulking a little bit, and I need to maybe encourage him and get his spirits a little more lifted. Otherwise, if the young guys continue to underperform, or if I'm not playing them, I may not be here.
Yeah.
And so sometimes coaches coach that way too, right? To make sure they have that job security.
Yeah, no, absolutely 100%. But if I've learned anything over the years, is that you have to do what you think is right, as a head coach, and at whatever level. I'd been in the juniors and been assistant coach in the NHL, head coach in the American League, and now you have to do what you think is right and live with it, right? I mean, if you coach like that, I think that you're going to be defensive, and you're likely going to get fired anyway because you're not doing what you feel is the right thing to do. But to answer your question, sure, we were so early, right? And I thought certainly as a head coach that I had the opportunity to, there's some guys that were underperforming this year that we sat out a little bit and try to make accountable that way. And it's funny because it always falls on, the coaching staff, but a lot of times management's coming in and saying, how come you're still playing that guy? He hasn't played very well, but nobody sees that, right? And again, you can't throw that out there because ultimately it's my job to lead the team that's in that locker room and on the ice to have the best success. And that means sometimes, chatting with that player or sitting that player out to try to get the best of them.
Did you have a relationship with Waddell? I mean, Columbus has been, they had the Babcock fiasco, and then
had to turn to a coach who you knew was probably not going to be there very long before you came in.
Yeah.
So did you know Don Waddell? Did you guys have a long history? I mean, obviously he's been around for a long time too.
Yeah, no, I did not. The first time that I spoke to him, obviously I probably had met him along the way. But first time I really spoke to him is going through the interview process. But to your point, Andy, like somebody told me the other day that Adam Fantilli has had 4 coaches in 3 years or whatever that he's been here, right? So and when I came here last year, the message from management or above me was just to make sure the players know that there's stability and that you're going to be here, and it's not like you're gonna leave and then all of a sudden things and there's a bunch of circumstances obviously that I can't get into because of the whole burning bridges situation, but there's different situations when you get fired. It's not just your record, because our record wasn't terrible, right? I mean, sure, we lose some games in the third period when we were up and what have you. Yeah, of course. And we were trying to figure that out with the young people that we had on the ice and what we were doing. So, but yeah, as far as, the relationship and all of that, I didn't know Don prior to this, but we did have a relationship. But it's funny because I've been told that before here in Columbus. I hope that they can get to a point where they have some stability with the coaching staff. I think, obviously it would be, I believe, beneficial to the organization.
Yeah, well, it's probably not going to be Bones. You know what I mean? I mean, although you never know. I mean, he came on with us. I love talking hockey with him. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if he's looking to do this another, 5 years or whatever, So.
Well, that's the thing, and who knows, right? And I mean, I have no place to speak of it, but yeah, chances are, not. And Bones is wonderful, and like he's a tremendous guy. We had a little situation when I was in Minnie and he was in Winnipeg, and and it was really the first time that I spoke to him after that, and we had a really good chuckle. And when he got the job, I texted him, he texted me back, he called me. And he's a great hockey man, as you know. So you're never bitter at the person who takes your job. Obviously, I would have done the exact same thing,
unless it's your assistant, and he's like going behind your back.
Yeah.
Hire me. Yeah, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
That's happened.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's good that Bones called you though.
Yeah. We.
What does he say in that situation? Because he's this guy's on a boat fishing, whatever. You know what I mean? He was kind of retired.
I read that.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that all went down how it went down, but this
was in the works.
I wouldn't think that. On the morning, he gets a phone call, gets off his boat, and flies to Columbus. Like I'm pretty sure I know enough about the game to know that did not happen. But whatever, it's like it's a good story. It's and again, he's a wonderful guy, and I still. Obviously, all the coaches and the trainers and everything are still the guys, and a lot of the coaches are the guys that I brought in. So I'm still very close with all of them. So without throwing anyone under the bus, I still get inside scoops of what's going on. We talk, and I'm still here in Columbus, so I meet with the guys every now and then. And so it's, but yeah, I mean, Bones is, he's a great guy. And to answer your question, it's more just, like shitty that it happened, happy for you. There's great guys in there. The coaches are fantastic. And this, you're not trying to help him with a lot of things, but you are, basically encouraging him to, to obviously have success and continue doing what you thought and what I thought we could have done, and that's make the playoffs this year.
It's so funny. I had no idea. I was just fishing.
I was on the boat. I put the pole down.
And all of a sudden I went to Columbus.
It just happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Okay.
Hey, have you ever sat anybody a full game that was on the roster? And we only bring
Larson.
Yeah, just Team Sweden. The guy played 1,100 games. He sits the whole game. And I know it's different.
Not one shift.
No, not one shift.
Did you know that? Are you aware of that? So you playing for Sweden, playing Italy, the first game of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oliver Ekman Larsson.
Yeah.
Didn't play a shift. the whole game.
Not one shift.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Philip Forsberg played like one shift or something.
Oh, I did. I know that Philip played because I had Philip in Milwaukee, so I did hear that, but I must have missed the Ekman Larson thing. But that doesn't seem right. Like at that setting, like what you were making these guys like? That's a pretty big accountability statement right there.
I know.
Yeah, everybody in the locker room was looking at that like, oh, interesting. He's not playing. That's never happened. I mean, because I think maybe there was one time I heard that Sean Brown didn't play because he was reaching and he didn't get one shift, but that's never happened. That's not a common
It's happened
thing.
to Cam a couple times.
No, I've always got one or two. But maybe, 3 was kind of borderline a couple times.
I have heard that a few times, and I haven't seen it personally, but that a guy had a bonus coming up. And, as a games played or minutes played. And the general manager came down and said, hey, shut him down or else, right? But there's no bonuses like that anymore. I don't believe there is anyway. So probably doesn't happen a lot anymore. But I have had guys in the American Hockey League that I've played 1 or 2 shifts, but it's probably a little bit different circumstance where, the kid gets called up from the coast or what have you, and you're playing your big guys a little bit more. But in the National Hockey League, no, I've never had a guy sit on the bench and not play one shift on my team.
It's
that would
horrible.
be cruel.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's cruel.
I probably asked you this last time, but I didn't know the player as well as I do now. Did you get along with Ryan Suter?
I did actually. Yeah.
I loved it. He was I've never seen a guy. Now listen, he was 40 years old when he came here. Yeah. So maybe he was a dick back in the day when he was younger.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he could not have been one of my favorite people I've ever gotten to know, honestly, in a long time. It's like he was so comfortable here and he played great. You know what I mean? So I feel like he was there was a mischaracterization, but maybe it wasn't because at this stage of his career, it's much different than earlier when you had,
he's got a very strong opinion, and he's not afraid to voice it. And but I enjoyed speaking to him. And as you said, his game is like he's a phenomenal player, phenomenal player. And he got a lot of crap that he sat in a rocking chair or whatever. He was just smart, like he was just intelligent. When to go, when not to go. So I have a lot of time for Suits for sure.
Yeah. He didn't really sit in a rocking chair, did he? In the locker room.
Well, it was just more casual how he played the game. But I think it was more like he was a prick. He was intense. I think it just looked like that, just because of that's how he is.
But you watch him play, like he's slashing guys in the back. He got away with a lot of shit too.
That's what I mean.
But he would always say, like, you got to save your shoulders. When you're an older player, save your shoulders. Like, don't hit guys unnecessarily or have too much, go run guys. And then all of a sudden, like, you get hurt a lot hitting guys just as much as maybe you would, or if not more than from being hit, Yeah,
and I think his intelligence level is so high, and I'm not sure what he's going to do, but he could definitely do anything he wants in coaching. I know he owned a team in Wisconsin, I think in Madison.
Yeah, the Capitals, USHL
the Capitals. Team. Yeah. So he's always going to have his fingers in the game for sure.
Were you hired before the tragedy with Johnny and Matthew?
Yes, I was hired. Well, I don't know how long, but I actually went to Don Waddell and said to him, I think it's important that I go meet Johnny. I said, I obviously want to meet Boone Jenner, and I want to meet the leaders on the team, Zach Werenski and Gabranson and Monahan. But I said, I think it's important that I go and actually show my face and sit down with Johnny. So I flew to Philadelphia, and he was skating with his dad. In the morning, we met for lunch, met for a couple hours, just shot the shit, had a wonderful conversation, talking about the team, the players, him moving forward, what we were, what the thought process was, who he wants to play with, all that kind of stuff. And literally all he cared about, he said, all I do is I want to win. He says, I don't care who I play with,
what he had some inside stuff on some players and, you know, different things that he thought that, you know, I could push buttons with and what have you. And it was just fantastic. And then it was a couple of weeks after that, I was actually in Red Rocks in Colorado at a concert with my daughter, and we were laying in bed after the concert and in our hotel room. And Dawn called me and told me the news. And as I did, I looked over, my daughter's in the other bed, and she's got her phone up, and it was just blowing up because she's from Calgary. So yeah, it was obviously quite a tragedy, and you know, but what a wonderful family. And his wife Meredith is salt of the earth. She still comes to so many of the games. She still lives here. And I've actually texted with her after I got fired, and she's just a very special person.
So what do you do after that with the guys? Like, how do you, what happens next?
It was tough. Like, I hadn't met Sean Monahan at that point. He wasn't in town yet. I get back into town. And then it was the vigil was the first time that I met him. We had a vigil at the rink, and I walked into the dressing room, and he was standing in the middle of the dressing room looking at Johnny Stahl that was sitting and just bawling. And I just went over to him, give him a hug. We both started crying, never said a word. So the biggest thing that we did as an organization and I did as a head coach is I just allowed the players to kind of take the lead on what they wanted. Like, do you guys want to skate? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? You know, little things like, you know, with the award after the game, I go to Boone Jenner and I said, Boone, I think we need to do something, you know, to honor Johnny. He goes, yeah, we already ordered a donkey hat. And I don't know if you guys know the story, but Johnny used to call everybody donkeys, I guess. So the post-game reward for the player that, you know, hard hat or whatever is they have a donkey hat. So all of those things, and keeping his jersey, you know, up in the room and talking about him. And to be honest with you, that training camp 2 years ago, we incorporated clips that had Johnny in it. And we stated to the guys that he's still with us. He's still going to teach us how that we need to play this game, you know, the right way to have success.
Yeah, I mean, Team USA has his jersey right now in the locker room during the Olympics. I mean, which I think is unbelievable. I think Zach Werenski was a big part of that, obviously. And, you know, he played with Matthew Tkachuk. He's got a relationship with a lot of people inside that dressing room. How much did that lead to you guys having the success you guys had last year? I mean, would you guys talk about Johnny a lot? Do you feel like the players talked about him a lot and that led to, you know, them playing with a little more inspiration maybe?
Yeah, you know, Andy, I've heard that before, and I do believe it for sure. I do believe that there was, you know, a motivation or incentive or a little extra boost to play for him. I believe it's still there. You know, they still, like, we still had the jersey up. It's still going to be there. I assume it's going to be there forever. I hope it is. His jersey's on the road. Yeah, we talked about him all the time. We had a little fun drill at the end, not a bag skate, but we called it the Johnny skate. One guy shoots the puck from one end to the other. If he gets it in the net, it's one lap. If he misses the net, it's 3 laps, so 1 and 3 to incorporate his number. So yeah, we tried to keep him with us at all times. I was actually at the World Championships. I was coaching the Canadian team, and to see Zach, it was unfortunate what happened when we lost to Denmark, but to see Zach run and grab his jersey and bring it back out, you know, for that celebration for the team picture was absolutely amazing. And yeah, to watch it now on TV and see his jersey still up in that locker room, that to me is very special. I think it says a lot about our game and the people within our game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. How do you watch games now when you're not coaching versus when you're watching games on a night off when you are coaching?
NHL games, I watch systematic stuff. Like it's weird. It's like, okay, what are they doing in the neutral zone? Why why are they breaking out like that? Like, how come they're not doing this, or why are they not fighting the battle high? Offensive zone structures and face-off detail. You watch all that. When I watch this, like the Olympics or the Four Nations or World Junior, I watch it as a fan. Like, it's just, I know it's weird that way. I mean, I see some of the system stuff that's going on, but I'm really watching it just for the pure joy of watching the game of hockey. And it's such a great game. And to watch the women's game right now is incredible. Like, the American team is so freaking good.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I'm looking forward. Obviously, it's probably going to be Canada. I just watched the Americans win, beat the Swedes. And it's probably going to be Canada and US. But again, I'm always like, okay, obviously I'm Canadian. I'm going to cheer for Canada. But I don't know how they can beat that team. It's just so good. And then on the flip side, hopefully the Americans and Canadians meet in the game on the men's side.
Let's go.
My gosh, it'll be so great, right?
So
like, yeah, I get chills, right? I mean,
Me too.
I've been involved with Team Canada and just the rivalry now. It's so exciting. It's such great hockey and such great passion and great for our game.
Yeah, and I think the stars are all great on each side.
Yeah.
They all show up when they need to. They're entertaining. And I think there is some passion. I think they're both, even Team USA's now like, no, we're right here. Let's go. So they need to kind of knock them off because Canada's still the big dog.
Well, after that Four Nations, that was such, my God. Like, you go in season like that to play like they played. It was just like, what are we doing here? But it was like, as a coach, you're like, I'm watching Zach Werenski. I'm like, just don't go in the corner with somebody.
I know.
Like,
Fiala.
Right, Fiala.
That's your guy.
It's just like,
were you coaching when he got hurt in St. Louis?
I was coaching. I coached Kevin in Milwaukee and Minnesota. And then I saw the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I was worried sick for obviously our guy. But on the flip side, once you were watching it, it's just like, my God, this is incredible hockey. And I tell you, just you said, what do I do? One night, this is like a month ago, I started reading the book, The Greatest Comeback. It's the 72 series, the Canada-Russia series, the 8-game Summit series. So I went back and I watched every single game of those 8 games. Like, it was like binging a Netflix show. Yeah. They actually have it on YouTube, every single game in its entirety. It's incredible how great the hockey is in 1972 and all the storylines with Bobby Clark, busting the ankle, and it's a must watch if you ever get an opportunity. And
what do you notice the most though? The difference. The hooking and clutching they get to do back then compared to now watching this.
Oh my God, they're like grabbing each other. They're like skiing and my era, we skied, right?
Yeah.
Like, you just hooked on a guy and so like us slow guys could skate or couldn't skate, could still play. But it was but then once the series got moving and you got into the 4 games in Russia, it was just the flow of the game. The Canadians had to play a little bit more like the Russians were playing with, regrouping and just the skill set. So it was a lot of fun to watch and watched all 8 games. It was great.
I saw a great clip the other day of Brett Hull, and it wasn't that long ago, 96, right? World Cup,
Yeah.
but he's hooking this guy so badly. He's like, come on, that's a bad call.
He's literally hooking him for 20 feet.
For 20 feet.
And then yells at the referee.
He's like, come on, that's a bad call.
So funny, man.
Hey,
It's
how
a bad
much?
call, yeah.
It's a bad call, dude.
Everything's bad.
That's terrible. It's a bad call. So
funny.
How much does coaching matter in an Olympic tournament? Because it's interesting. We've been talking about it, and it's like, do these NHL coaches have a much bigger advantage over the non-NHL coaches who are coaching rosters filled with NHL players like Sweden and Finland?
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting out-coached.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I think I think your systems are going to be dialed in already. You know what I mean? Like the players will pick up a system like that. I think it's getting, the right people on the ice at the right time. I think is really crucial in a tournament like that, and your matchups maybe aren't as much because the fourth line of the U.S. team or the Canadian team is as good as the first line, right? So, but just getting them in that situation and getting them. There's no motive. You don't have to like your witty goon talk at the start of the game doesn't have to be very motivating. They're all motivated and ready to go. So, but yeah, those systematic things, as long as everybody buys in and what have you. I think probably one of the biggest things is role definitions, right? I think the quicker your guys buy into being, okay, I'm a penalty killer in this tournament and I'm going to, just dive into that and not worry too much about scoring goals. I think then, your team gets a boost from that.
What about like mixing and matching the lines? So say like a guy like Jack Hughes, he's on the fourth line, but he played really good. He's been playing great. Like,
yeah.
Like how much do you want to mix and match? How much would you want to elevate a guy like that? Like maybe a guy played pretty good, but he wasn't great, but he was great. Like how much movement do you really want to have?
You know what else is hard and get into that is having that extra forward, right? Like you've got 13 forwards, and you got the 7D. So just coaching in the World Championships the last 2 years, I was assistant coach 2 years ago, and then the head coach. It's hard to get that guy in, right? And because that guy's as good as the guys that are playing, maybe not, McDavid and Crosby and what have you, but he's still a phenomenal superstar player. So to try to keep everybody happy and not have anybody, disgruntled in a tournament like that, that's the way, that's the challenge. And that's probably why, Cooper and obviously Sully, Mike Sullivan are as great as they are at their craft.
Well, they're probably not sitting Oliver Ekman-Larsson for a full game either, right? There's the respect factor.
Just get him in for a shift, poor guy.
One shift. So you had Celebrini then last summer, right?
Yes, yeah. And it's funny when like Sully was with us right at the start, obviously. Played the exhibition games, and we played a couple of games in Budapest, or one game in Budapest, 2 in Vienna. I can't remember that. Awesome. Anyway, but Crosby comes over, and so I sit down with Sid, and I said, who do you want to play with? And McDavid McKinnon was coming. We had some great players, and he said, I want to play with Celebrini, and I was just like, I was shocked. Like, I'm just like, and they had a chemistry right away. And they are clones. Like Celebrini looks just like him. His legs are like that big. Yeah. They skate very similar. They have the same intensity level. So he was amazing. And both of them, if you're comparing them, there's obviously the same skill sets and what have you, Sid. But the way that they conduct themselves as teammates and leaders is phenomenal. Like this kid is the real deal. Obviously, we're seeing it at this level at the Olympics.
Gosh, yeah, he is.
That's amazing that Sydney said that.
Yeah.
Was it hard to get Sid to come over to the World Championships? Like, who handles all that? Are you making phone calls, or is that management who's doing that?
Yeah, no, it's management. They make the call. We had like 4 or 5 managers there. Obviously, Doug Armstrong was there, and they're making the calls on who's coming over and what have you. And it's quite a balance on that tournament to try to get, because you get guys early. And then you get some other guys that come and you're trying to build a team, right? So you don't want all superstar guys. Like you want some grinders, you want some killers, you want some face-off guys. So there is that balance. But when Sydney made the decision to come, and then, I think he had a lot to do with convincing McKinnon to come, right? So then now, you're like very excited, right? About having the opportunity to have these two guys, and we played really well throughout the entire tournament. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but we lost to Denmark on a 6-on-5 goal, and then they scored like 20 seconds left. We were still in shock, but there was a lot of stuff that went on there too.
Hey, if you were coaching the Olympic team, and maybe this was like, the kids now are a little bit different, but wouldn't you want them maybe away from the village? A lot of distractions. I know that the older guys are going to be there with their family, but as a coach, would you want maybe they'll all be in one area away from the village all the time?
That's a good question. I think the way that I think as a coach, I'd want them all to be in the village, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Taking the whole experience.
I know it. Yeah. And I know it's different because and not only the players, but we in the NHL, like, it's such a privileged league. I mean, my God, if we don't stay at the highest hotel or eat the it's, the players can get a little bit, hey, what are we doing at this hotel, or we can't eat this food, it's tight stuff. But I think when you get into a situation like that in a short tournament like that, the more the guys can be together and have, even if it's not the best kind of accommodations or whatever, they're all in it together, and they're bonding off the ice as well as on the ice, and I think it would show a lot of, I don't care that we're in the NHL or what we have back there in North America. We're going to do this together as a team and a family and all that kind of good stuff in order to win gold medal.
Yeah. Well, USA, they're staying in the village. Although it's been a long time now, they're probably like, I wonder if they have like day rooms somewhere.
I bet you people are bitching though. I bet you they're bitching.
Like they're ready for a 4-season shower or something, it's been over a
and
week.
Rightfully so, though.
Yeah, I can see that happening, guys. Like that's legit. And we have that, like that's a balance within our game now in the NHL, is to keep the players happy with all of those special things that we get in the NHL.
Yeah, they're spoiled.
It sounded fun the first couple of days, but now it's been 9 or 10 days sharing a bathroom in a dormitory.
Yeah.
They're like,
I'd be a little bit more worried about the village, or the what do they call them, the Canadian room, or the whatever it is. It sounds like that's a pretty big party.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I know, that's where Street Dog's hanging out.
It would. Yeah, be fun.
After the tournament probably would be amazing, especially if and when you win.
Hey, I got to ask you this. I'm sure some Columbus fans, I mean, they're tuning in. They want to hear this. So and I didn't follow the story very much, right? But the Chinakhov kid didn't have great success in Columbus, and then he's gone to Pittsburgh and he's scoring some goals and putting up some points. Are you seeing a difference in him? Would you do anything different with him? Like how did that play out with you and him in Columbus?
Well, again, there's some circumstances that were out of our coach's control.
Mm-hmm.
Did we want him as a coaching staff to compete a little bit more in some areas? Yeah. He's definitely gifted. He was hurt a lot when he was here. So without throwing anybody on the bus, it was an organizational decision. It and a lot was made of when he came out in the summer and said there's no communication and all of that. And as you guys know, that's not true. I mean, we communicate, but when a guy's disgruntled, he's going to say some stuff, and his agent's going to say some stuff. And as soon as he got back into town, I sat down with him and I just said, I'm not holding a grudge. I don't care what is said. If you said it or your agent said it or whatever, we're just going to move forward. And we tried to move forward as best we could. And then as an organization, we made the decision to trade him when we traded him.
So even though you're not in Philly, but you hear Rick Tocchet come out and he said some things about the Michkov kid and whatever.
Yeah.
Can you relate to that as a head coach? Like, you kind of know what he's trying to say and what he's going through with a young kid?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, right? And that's what we talked about, like, right off. It's like you got to try to find a way to to make these guys accountable, to get them to play hard every single night. And sometimes you got to be firm. And the guys that are going to be stars in this league, the Celebrinis of the world, like you could say absolutely anything you wanted to that kid, right? And he'll just go out and play. Like you could pat him on the back, or you could, step on him and make him accountable. And I guarantee you he'd go out there and he'd play the exact same way. He'd play hard every single shift. But there's some guys that aren't, some guys that don't. And you got to try to find the best way to get the best out of them. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes it's like, maybe I shouldn't have sat that guy out, right? Maybe I should have let him play his way out of that slump, or instead of yelling at him to compete, maybe I should have, brought him in and showed him a little softer how to compete, right? But, you as we talked about earlier, you make that call, and you hope that it's the right decision. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Well, now, like, you say so, you maybe criticize a player, their agent jumps on social media, stirs it up a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game now. They're in the mix.
Well, that's what happened in the summer. It wasn't Chinny that come out and said that. It was his agent, and and then it just escalates from there. So, but you understand. I mean, the agent's like, he's working for the players, trying to get the best, for the player, but he's also, sees money too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and let me tell you this, because I've seen this too, especially with some European players. Hey, the players are putting the pressure on the agent to say something also, right?
Sure.
Or they're like, they're leaving. They're going to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So there's always that game that's going on behind the scenes. Did you have anybody at the World Championships who was undrafted? Like, I'm trying to remember. Matthew Schaefer wasn't there, was he? I'm trying to remember if anybody, because a lot of the Americans send some guys over,
We had Martone, I think, the captain of Team Canada World Junior. We had him. We actually kept him. He played games for us when we had Horvat got hurt. And so we actually put him into the lineup, and he played a couple of games. I think he played all the games down the stretch. But yeah, it was fun to have guys, like that. We had some young people there too. But yeah, I mean, it's a funky tournament because it's there's guys that are there to maybe show that they can play in the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
And then you got guys that are there that are just happy to be there. So there's a lot of different mix, with bringing a team together. And so we actually did a lot of team building stuff and what have you to try to bring them together as quickly as we could.
Yeah, because there's far less pressure in the Worlds than there is in the Olympics. Guys are having fun, aren't they? Like, they're kind of, away from the rink, maybe, like.
But what do you do?
Doing their own thing?
Because I remember even like when we went to Stockholm, Andy Murray had a scavenger hunt for us, and we're not allowed to take a cab. And Keith Kachuk said, fuck you, gets in a cab and gets all the stuff and comes back and goes to the bar. So then we kind of half-assed it. I mean, so there's only so, the guys, if you got an older guy that might not like what's going on, sometimes that's kind of tricky at times.
So I had Andy Murray, and I played in the World Championships, and we won in '97. And I played with Team Canada the whole year with Andy Murray, and Andy did so much for me. It was just incredible. I was a player assistant coach with Team Canada. Anyway, long story short, I know what Andy does, and Andy needed a player to tell him, well, Andy, you maybe have to pull back a little bit and let the guys run a little bit, right? So that World Championships, like, if you go back and look at that team, like we had Blake and Pronger and Ginla and Recchi and Primo, I can go on and on. As Sean Burke was our goalie. Like, these great guys that were young, but they're there. They want to party, right? They want to have fun. And as you know, most of the time, that's the best team building, right, that you can get. They go out, they have some fun, as long as you don't get into too much trouble. it builds and gets them together. But so yeah, you try to do those things. You try to let them have their time as well to do it away from us. But we did some stuff, that they were able to have some fun with away from the coaching staff as well.
Cool.
What's Columbus like?
It's sneaky, great city. There's great people. The fan base is phenomenal. They're passionate. I think it gets a bad rap. Like the downtown, it's not huge. It has great restaurants. The golfing is phenomenal here. It's got Muirfield and Scioto, Jack Nicklaus, obviously, from here, Scioto, the golf club, and the one that I'm really sad about. It's called the Double Eagle. Don Waddell and I had free memberships there, but that got revoked on me. That was the first thing I asked. I'm like, hey, can I get my membership like at least through my contract? And they're like, nah, no. But yeah, it honestly is. It's a really cool city with great people.
Yeah, and they built that area up around the rink pretty nice too.
That's right where I am.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I
live in between the ball stadium and the soccer stadiums, like right there, and then I walk 5 minutes down the road to Nationwide. So it's beautiful. I love it.
We were there earlier this year. A very cold rink. I was freezing in that rink. It's the coldest rink in the league, just so you know. And just
the cannon does get you sometimes.
Carolina,
we haven't been there yet. We're going there in the next month.
Okay, you let me know.
Yeah,
because that's freaking cold.
They got work to do with that rink.
Did you coach the outdoor game?
Yeah.
How was that? Was it a cold weather that night or no?
Not as cold as when I was in Minnesota. Was the coldest.
Oh, okay. You did the one against St. Louis.
Oh, yeah, the St. Louis one.
Freezing.
Oh my God.
No, it was the most wonderful, miserable experience I've ever had. Like it was like obviously we got shit pumped, but
Kyrou had 4 points in that game. I think he was unbelievable in that game.
It was. You know what? Well, the one thing when they walked in with their flip flops on and their beach attire, when they walked in and I saw that, I go, we're screwed. Like because their mindset was great. Our mindset was it's freezing, right? And as much as we talked about, this is wonderful, it's outside and all of that, the guys were frozen. So they did a really good job. But yeah, the outdoor game here honestly was so incredible. I've been in 3 now. I was in one in Pittsburgh as assistant coach with Washington. It's the one that Sid got concussed by David Steckel. It rained and the ice, the puck was hydroplaning, and it was actually a phenomenal game. But anyway, this one was incredible. And just because of it was at the Shoe here, the stadium, they did it. We prepared like the football team did. So we had a pep rally in the gym off, and they had what the band. Anyway, they had a band playing and all these people, and we walked on stage and high-fived the band and then kept walking, and then we walked into the stadium like the football players do from there.
Yeah.
And there was like 6 deep fans like lining the road that we walked, cheering, and I get goosebumps now thinking about it. It was such a wonderful, wonderful experience. And then we win. Danforth scored at the end on a bit of a controversial goal, but we win right at the end of the game. And so it was an amazing experience, but it wasn't even close to being as cold as it was chilly, but not like Minnesota was.
Any stories from that Minnesota game? Like, did anybody really have any serious frostbite going on or anything like that?
Yeah, Jordan Greenway. He didn't kill penalties. He wasn't on the power play. And we got a bunch of penalties right in a row, like both sides. And so he was sitting there. He had frostbite on his toes. He didn't wear socks in his skates, which didn't help. But yeah, he had frostbite after that game, and it was so hard to manage because you want to get him involved, but yet what do you do, right? So we tried to get him out there. And then the other thing that really screwed us is that the heater broke on our bench.
And you're the home team.
You're right. But I remember looking over at Chief. Chief was like, I look over at him and I think it was during the anthem and then whatever. And obviously we had our toques off during the anthem, and then we put our toques back on, and I look over and he doesn't have one on, and I'm like, I know you're tough, but what the heck is going on? But he ended up putting one on after. But I was like, you are as tough as as described.
Did you see his accident he had?
Oh my God. His head, top of his head.
You didn't see him that fucking 70 stitches on the top of his head the other day? Oh,
no. He got in the gym. He had like
you gotta look
like
at
a T-Rex bar or something.
Yes,
hit him in the head. He had like 50 stitches in his head.
It looks so real. You'll type it in and you'll see it.
Yeah, I'll have to go see it. Yeah, if anyone can handle it, he could handle it. I'm sure.
He's on the bench. The next day, he's got black eye, and he's got 50 stitches in his head.
Yes.
It looked like the horseshoe.
It's so weird.
That sounds like him. He was 16 years old when I was playing in Kamloops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came to our training camp, and then he ended up playing with New Westminster. So
there are some bad boys in that league
fighting everybody.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Like back then, this is 1982 or 3. So yeah, it was nuts. Bench clearing brawls and all of that.
Big boys.
All right, so what do you want to do here the next few months? I mean, you're just gonna sit back and just kind of relax a little bit. Like, when do you start really putting the feelers out? And I guess that happens after the season, right?
Well, I don't want to get I actually had an opportunity to go to Europe right away. It was like 2 weeks after. A team was going to let their coach go, and they asked me to go, and I probably would have, to be honest with you, but I filed for my green card, and so you can't leave the country and all that kind of stuff. And so my thought process is just to wait, just to be patient, continue to do all of the things as far as watching games and being accountable. There is something too, guys, and I'm not, pumping my tires or us or whatever, trying to get my name out there, but I do believe you're a better coach after a situation like this, because you literally sit down, you evaluate, you're accountable about yourself, what you did, how you did things. And I think then you talk to, Steve McCarthy and myself talk all the time. He got let go when I was in Minnesota. Bob Woods and I talked all the time. And I do believe you're a better coach. I think that's why coaches get hired again, especially at our level, because it is the most elite level. It's the highest level. But you still need to learn. You still need to move forward. You still need to be accountable for the mistakes that I made. And I think if you do that, then you're in a better position the next time you get that opportunity to coach in the National Hockey League. Yeah. And I hope I do. It's the most wonderful league in the world. It's the most wonderful game in the world. And I definitely want to stay in it in some capacity. But with having the rest of this year and next year under contract, I can take my time. But you don't want to be out so long that, that you don't get back after it as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you'll get opportunities.
You'll be fine.
You did a great job, obviously, last year. I mean, this year, listen, it is what it is, but it's we've seen this so many times, right? Coaches get fired, and then a team kind of just takes off. It's always interesting. Someone should do a study on that to see how often that happens, but you'll get another opportunity, man. We appreciate you coming on with us as always.
Love picking your brain, man.
And
you
look
guys.
Great.
Yeah.
Your hair looks great.
We may have you back on during the playoffs.
Well, you can't see my monkey butt in the back, so I'll just keep it up.
You're good. That's what. I get you.
We may bother you again in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Come on and analyze some of these playoff series when we get there.
I would love to. Thanks, guys. I love listening to you guys.
Appreciate it, Dean.
We'll see you
in touch.
Cheers.
Enjoy yourself.
Take care.
All right, that was Dean Evason.
He's a good dude.
He was tough back in the day,
Yeah, no, I know. And he's going to land another job here. And rightfully so. Rightfully so.
You think he's hard on his players? Like, what do you think it is? Like, I was a little surprised that he got let go
Like you bring in a guy like him, he had to endure a lot, Cam. It's not easy. You get hired as the head coach and you go through the Johnny Hockey tragedy right off the bat. I mean, and he was able to bring that team together, hold it together. They almost made the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. I just think he was in a bad situation both times, really. I just think that they kind of stopped playing, and maybe when that happens, you get a little more frustrated. You're a little bit louder. Maybe you're a little bit more hard on the players. It kind of get a little more toxic very easily when you lose. It all kind of comes together really fast. But I think he's a good guy. Do I know the ins and outs of what he does as a coach? No. But you could just sense and talk to him and just kind of understand how he would be when he would talk to you if you were a player. And I like it.
Right.
And, Andy's has a bunch of good coaches back in the day.
The coaching I did, I think that's part of the reason why I didn't make it. I didn't have great coaching.
That's what it is. Of course. It's always something.
But
it's not you. It's them.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but, so I don't know. I feel like when you go and hire David or Rick
Ricky
Owens, great guy. And obviously it proved to be a good decision when they got hot and won all those games right after the fact. But we can't be that naive. That had to have been in the works for several weeks. I mean, come on.
To get him, I thought he was done. His wife went through a tough situation.
Yeah.
He was gone.
He lived in Winnipeg, too.
He lived in Winnipeg. That ages you like no other. He's been in the game a long time, and I thought he was done, and he's not. He's like, no, I could do this.
He's like, no, I'm out of Winnipeg. I'll go live somewhere else.
I'll go to Columbus. It's cold, but it's not.
But do you understand what I'm saying, Cam? Like, what I'm saying is they acted like they just called him and he was fishing on the boat one day.
No,
they showed up the next day.
Of course. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I said. Like, he was probably like, what? Like, no, let me think about it. Like, call you again. Let me think about it. And he's probably like, okay, fine.
I bet you they were like, he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And they were like, okay, we're going to give it like another 3 games and we'll see what happens. We're going to give it 2 more games. All right, listen, if we lose tonight or even if we win, just be ready for a phone call tomorrow.
Could be. I just think that he was when we interviewed him and just the way he was talking, he was doing some TV stuff and whatnot. He was kind of bouncing around. But I thought he was kind of done with the 24/7 coaching. Like, it wears you out. And then all of a sudden he got sucked back in. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll do this.
Yeah, so Dean Evason was great. Hey, Cam, a lot of people are talking about the playoff format once again, like 1 through 8 and all this type of stuff. Like, do you want to weigh in on that?
I don't care. You're going to get an odd matchup one way or the other. You're going to get 2 teams, I think, anyway. I don't know. Go back to 1 through 8. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I see a lot of people talking about this. I am not too fixated on it. I think still the way it's set up now, and even if it was 1 through 8, I still believe at the end of the day, the best team is the best team when you win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
so whether Dallas plays Colorado, whether this happens over there, I don't give a fuck. The best team ends up winning.
The only thing that I would agree with, because that 2-3 matchup is goofy, man. St. Louis was in that situation for several years. They couldn't get past Chicago.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You battle so hard all season long, and then you finish in the 3-hole. You're an elite team in the National Hockey League. Really, if you finish in the top 3 in your division, chances are you're a very good team, like Minnesota or Dallas. Really, really good team if they finish 2 and 3 in the Central behind Colorado. But the problem is then now you're the 3 seed. You finished with well over 100 points and had a great season. Your players grinded out, and now you don't even have home ice advantage. That's the hardest part. I know some people are bringing up coaches and whatever because, you may have a great year, then you got to face a 2 seed and you lose in the first round. Now you have that in the resume and this reputation of can't get out of the first round and whatnot. I think we can see through that. I think coaching, this is not about coaching to me. This is all about the players. They're the ones who grind it out. They're the ones who play hard. And so if you wanted to take a look at it, I wouldn't have a huge issue with it. But at the same time, it is what it is. I think no matter what, the first round would be must-see television regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Does it affect viewership? Does it affect the bottom line? I don't know. I'm just, of all the things, I'm just not that worried about it. Mm-hmm. The best team's going to win no matter what. Home ice, not home ice. Get second place then and get home ice. He's still third. Still third. Like, what's third do for you? Sorry.
I always look at coaches in general. It's like Mike Sullivan, who is considered one of the best coaches in the league in Pittsburgh when he's winning Stanley Cups. And then now he's in New York. What, did he change as a coach? Is he no longer a great coach?
Well, they do learn. Every time you get fired, we've asked these coaches that, and they said every time you get fired, you learn a million different things.
But of course, he's still a great coach.
Yeah, you learn from him.
And he won the Olympics too.
Yeah, he did. You're damn right he did. And he was getting bashed all year long. He was getting bashed. He was getting bashed.
Did Paul Maurice become a great coach when he got to Florida?
No, he's been a great coach for a long time. And you learn. And he's the one that fucking said that to us. It's like every time you get fired, multiple coaches. We love getting coaches on, by the way. Love picking their brain. Anytime you get fired, you sit back and you're like, what did I do? Because in the moment, you're like, this is right. Then you get fired and you're like, okay, that wasn't the right decision. I should have been a little bit different on him. Maybe I should have blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You learn, baby.
Okay,
just like
so
when you get sent down. Just like when you don't make a team. Just like.
Right. So let me ask you this, because it'll be interesting to see what they do with Craig Berube in Toronto. He hasn't changed that much. He was a really good coach, obviously, here in St. Louis. Won a Stanley Cup. What does Toronto need? People bring up Pete DeBoer and stuff like that. I feel like if they were to move on from Chief, who would still go get another job pretty quickly, I think, Craig Berube, if you wanted it.
What do they need?
I feel like they need a young up-and-comer. They had Spencer Carberry, who was there, who's now in Washington. That would have been a great fit. But they need, go grab a young coach. I think a recycled, hard-ass coach who's been in the league for decades and is coached for different, 5, 6 different teams. I just don't know if that's the best route for Toronto to take.
You know what they need? Different players. They need a new coach. Oh, a young coach like Sheldon Keefe. Oh, you want a hard coach? Like what? Fucking Berube? Oh, you want an extra hard coach like Babcock? Oh, you want a new GM like Lou? What do you want?
New players.
What do you want? You need new players. That's it. Berube could win with new players. I bet you $1 million he could. He's done it before here without any superstars, just so all y'all know. You want to throw Petro in the mix, fine. The Blues were just a solid team, and they had structure, and that's why they won. So you're telling me this is what the Toronto Maple Leafs need. They need a new coach that has a little bit more zip. Maybe he's a little bit more inclusive. Maybe he has this. Maybe he's... No, you need new fucking players and a new attitude.
Yeah.
So...
No, I'm with you.
That's just my opinion.
Stiefel brings us
Let's go.
the Cam and Strick podcast. On the road edition.
Oh, what a long, it was a long one today.
From Calgary. I may have to go find some ketchup chips or something.
They're good. Those are damn good. Ketchup chips are damn good. I love those.
What about is it the O. Henry bar? Or what is that?
I don't care about candy that much. I eat sweet tarts and stuff here.
You do?
Yeah.
Sweet tarts? That's a terrible candy.
It's terrible for you.
I don't eat those, but
I know
I do
you don't.
like.
I know you don't. I I eat them. I told you I ate them. I like
all
sweet
the
tarts
candy,
and sprees.
You like sweet tarts?
Sweet tarts, sprees, nerds.
Sprees?
Oh, I love them.
Do you have them in your bag right now?
You know what's up, baby? Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, because Kate, every time she goes to the gas station for me, she always gives me some sprees and sweet tarts.
Well, that's really nice.
And I get my mind right, baby. I get my mind right.
Firstfarm.com/Cam and Strick. Use our link and use it today. Get the First Farm. Let us know what you use to fuel your body and taking your life to the next level. One First Farm energy drink at a time. I love that, man. I love it. I love Windows, and I love Window World.
So do I.
Be energy efficient.
God, yes.
New windows from Window World. Great having them on board. An established product, an established name that we are proud to be connected with here on the Cam and Strick podcast.
Let's go, Window World. Let's go. Get those windows. Save money.
800 get windows. 800 get windows.
800 get windows.
Get windows.
800 get windows. Window World.
Get that free estimate and get it today. Find out why they are the preferred window of the St. Louis Blue and the official window of the Kansas City Chief, who has made some great moves here in the offseason. I like what they've done, especially in their backfield, Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, offensively. They're going to run the ball. A lot of efficiency, especially with Mahomes coming back from that ACL injury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People want to hear Andy break down football.
Why?
Speed it up.
Sparx Hockey, baby. SparxHockey.com. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. It's going to save you more money than Black Friday and Cyber
God
Monday.
dang Monday. God dang Monday.
Sparx Hockey, baby. Don't let Seth ruin your weekend, ruin your tournament, and get your kid cut from the team.
God, no.
Make sure they have edges. Edges. Make sure they have edges. Blue Note Roofing, storm damage galore out the wazoo, Cam. So make sure you have the right number in your cell phone saved so you can just hit it and call Dave Novak today. 314-920-5713. Call him today.
Today. More storms are coming.
Let him come out and get that free estimate.
Be on the lookout.
Look for that yellow truck that says Blue Note Roofing on the side of it. Can't miss it. 314-920-5713. Cam, who puts the in spa?
Spas and More. 3-generation family-owned and operated business with 2 gosh dang locations. They sell it all. Andy and I just got god dang hooked up, baby. You want to look younger? You want to feel good? You go to Spas and More. They got it all. Andy got a monster hot tub. I got a badass 3-seat sauna. Makes you look younger, flushes your system out. You feel better with these products. That's why you got to go to Spas and More. They will take care of you. They sell them like hotcakes. Angie is selling them like hotcakes. Gosh dang.
Angie with an I.
Dang, girl. Hotcakes.
She's the best.
Oh, yeah. Loves hockey. Big hockey fan.
Number 1 star.
Big time hockey fan. Love it.
Look at those cold plunges. Look at the hot tubs. Look at the
back
saunas.
and forth. Go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Hot tub, cold tub. Hot tub, cold tub. Cold tub, hot tub, hot tub. That's what you do.
Hot tub, cold tub. Hot tub, cold tub.
Have a cocktail in that hot tub.
Oh, my.
The stars. You see the satellites cruising at night. Turn off all the lights.
Cam,
Lori makes sweet love.
You know what else you can take in the hot tub? Easy Tiger.
Oh, get my god dang mind right. Are you out? Get on with yourself.
In the hot tub, under
Listen
the
to
stars.
Music, watching shooting stars go by, jamming out to Pink Floyd. What? Yeah, that's what I like to do. I don't need to be there. I want to sit and look at the stars and get my mind right and jam out and think about positive things. That's what you do.
Do you know my hot tub is going to come with a Bluetooth stereo system?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you know why? Because we were there for 5 hours because you were asking so many goddamn questions and you were 45 minutes late.
I was
right there and I heard every single answer to your questions. Son of a bitch.
Woo! Wait,
Woo.
Easy Tiger, baby. Tell us about it.
Easy Tiger, let's go. Get that mind right. Know what you like. You like indica. You like sativa. You want to be up. You want to be down. You want to watch a movie. What are you doing? You want to get away from your own mind.
You want to be down.
You want to be up. You want this. You want blah, 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 blah. You want a hybrid. I don't give a shit. Get that mind right and be happy. Be happy around your surroundings. Sometimes it gets you up, and that's when you get the day started. Sometimes you need to come down because you're too wound up. You pick and choose. You.
Chocolates.
I'll eat them sons of bitches too. God.
EasyTigerAZ.com. Check it out. They deliver. They'll ship. And soon to be in a location near you. No matter where you're at, they're going to be nationwide. Easy Tiger.
Let's go.
All right, Cam, listen, thanks for bearing with me. We had some technical difficulties. I was able to get first-class 5-star treatment from the front desk, get them to come up here and help me.
Yeah, no problem.
I know it tested your patience.
Man.
Patience is a virtue.
And do you think I got to delete anything out of this podcast, man? Was I okay? All right, because I fucking, god dang it. Wow, if this was roles were reversed. Whoa. You're ruining the podcast.
Hey.
Cam, you're going on the road with the Blues? The podcast is over.
Hey, did you see that clip I put up of Monty? Like, when he was like,
no. Anything. I look at everything.
oh, I saw it. You saw it.
Maybe I just scrolled by quick.
He's so funny, man.
Monty? Well, yeah.
So funny.
I
Great
love Monty.
coach, too.
Damn good coach. Doing pretty good right now. So
yeah. Patience is a virtue. Like Logan Mayu, have patience. Like when Pronger was getting booed as a rookie, you got to have patience.
Well, I have patience. Do you have patience if I was late?
No.
No, exactly.
No, I don't.
That's called being a hypocrite.
We hope everybody is okay from the storms, man. I'm being so far out of touch and having my eyes completely swollen shut after what I endured. I'm kind of out of touch with what's going on back home, so we'll find out when I get back there.
Yeah, come back. So people are waiting for you to come home, so you could check up on them.
Will there be like a parade when I get back, or
you probably think
he's back? He's back.
He's back. My first segment in Winnipeg. God, did we just let loose? Whoa! Did you hear it, Cam? God, we were good. Meanwhile, I'm here for an hour and a half, and that's what I have to listen to.
So funny.
It's the funniest thing.
All right, Maddie, thank you for your patience. Everybody at Half Coast Studios.
All right.
Subscribe, follow us on all social media
YouTube,
channels. Again, we are looking for a social media director of social media for the Cam and Strick podcast. Hit us up.
Damn right. Let us know, baby. We got some guys lined up, but we need more.
Yeah, a great episode coming next week too. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we've got a good one coming up next week. So
hell yeah, we do. We got a couple good ones coming up.
Like we do every week.
Every week. We don't miss a week.
On the Cam and Strick podcast.
Love you guys.
I got to get back to work, Cam. It's
all right. Sorry to bother you.
A long week ahead of us. So.
Sorry to bother you.
All the best to you and everybody else out there.
Damn good first segment, Winnipeg. Unbelievable.
We were so good.
You were so good. All right, later.
Adios.
Bye.
Peace.
Yerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul dragging Cougars, no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go. My check, 4 check.